This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Who has the best panther?
Impersonation.
Yes. Best panther.
Yeah, I think the panther, the keys, you gotta be, it's almost like it comes out of nowhere. So, hey, how's it?
Yeah, it's gotta be cat-like, too.
Oh, okay, all right. So many people just turn off the radio.
I'm sorry, my voice is shot. I'll shut up.
Yeah, it's got to be cat-like, too.
But it's gotta be quick.
Is that... Okay.
I definitely have a better bobcat than Kev.
It's a panther.
Or a panther, I mean.
What's the matter with you?
Bobcat.
You just changed the hockey team's name?
They're not the Bobcats. Try again.
Yeah, didn't work out.
I couldn't think of the animal.
Yeah.
It's the hockey team.
I get it. I'm wrong. Nope. No, that is a bobcat. That's why I got confused. Kevin's doing a bobcat. I'm over here working hard doing panther.
Yeah. But it's, my panther's terrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
Let's hear yours, though, with your scratchy voice. I love her face.
Pick up your throat.
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason. Call till you spaz. And they love to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Monday. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
That's right. Good stuff.
Feels good.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all have an amazing weekend?
It was weird.
It was, huh?
Another weird weekend.
Another weird weekend, huh? Lots of bizarre things,
Your
huh?
fault or other people?
I think it's my fault. I just got to accept that I bring myself into weird situations. I do bring myself into weird situations.
I hear all those things that happen. It's pretty crazy.
Because I'm doing the Weird Whatever podcast now.
Well, there you go.
Not only am I'm putting myself into even weirder situations than I normally would.
Yeah.
And a lot of weird is coming right back at me.
You are a weird magnet.
Yeah, and I know you see some of the emails that I get from some of the weird people who listen, and they like to send me some weird stuff.
Yeah, you are their leader.
People have weird problems, like legit problems in their life that are weird and they don't know what to do about it.
The world is weird.
Yes.
Yes. Nobody knows this more than you.
They think I know the answers. I'm like, I ain't got no answers for you.
I just got problems.
Yes.
That's it. How was your weekend, Virginia?
Mine was good. Mine was busy but good.
Okay. How'd the J-Town Jam go down?
It was excellent.
Okay, cool.
It was really, really fun and kind of eye-opening, too, to like see all these different worlds coming together and figure out, why. It was really fun.
Well, figuring out why.
Yeah, because...
Just in life, why?
So, like this J-Town Jam thing, it all started when, these neighbors started moving in. The guy that used to be in Metallica, Jason Newsted, moved in the same neighborhood where Chief Pruitt is the chief of police, and he loved Little Smiles. And then he brought everybody together for this concert, but I never knew why he loved Little Smiles, so I got his whole backstory on Saturday. He had actually done some stuff with Little Smiles and helped some families out. And then all of a sudden, he finds himself in the hospital with his teenage son who had suffered from a severe head trauma. And they're literally in ICU and they're reeling. They don't know if their son is ever going to, walk and talk and function again. And they hadn't eaten in hours and hours, and the nurse comes in and hands him some food from Dunkin' Donuts. And he goes to stand up and pay for it, and she's like, no, it's all good. It's all taken care of. Little Smiles has it. And he's like, Little Smiles? I had no idea Little Smiles did so much.
Yeah.
But when it came full circle for him, that's when he decided, I am going to make sure that I help this group raise money because I've seen firsthand the cool stuff they do for families.
That's cool.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
So like the behind the scenes of how all these people came together, it was just really awesome.
Yeah, you never know how, the word, the mission of Little Smiles can spread and get out there. Somebody sent me there was a blog article on Blabbermouth that was about the J-Town Jam because it's Jason Newsted, formerly Metallica, and they had a nice little piece in there about Little Smiles. So,
Nice.
Yeah, so headbangers all around the country now are aware of Little Smiles.
Rock on.
Yeah, rock on, baby.
I love it.
So that's it. So the show was good. The Chop
Show
House
was
band
good.
was
Yeah.
fine.
They were
Okay.
amazing.
You do something different to your hair?
I did not really fix it.
See, I kind of like your hair like that. I think the
Yeah.
messy looks good on Virginia.
I hit the snooze button a couple of times, and so I didn't
Called
really.
Not Brushed.
It's brushed, but it's not styled.
I actually think it looks way better like that. I don't know. Again,
Yeah.
weird.
He likes that day after look.
Yeah, he does.
That's how he likes his women.
He likes bedhead.
That's how I like my sandwiches too.
Yes, a little bit of time on him.
I do like a little bit
Yeah.
of time.
I look like
Okay.
I just been through it all.
Maybe that's what I'm into.
That's what he's into. He likes a little bit of mileage on everything. His food, his women.
I don't know if that's a flattering statement.
No, I think it looks.
I don't think this is a compliment.
He looks
think-
slightly worn out. It's turning me on.
the disheveled look looks good on you.
People were asking, did you go on that double date this weekend, Jbird?
Heck no.
No, it didn't
no
happen.
way did
No.
I go on that thing.
And it still wound up weird.
oh my weekend was weird.
Did you go on any dates?
No, I didn't go on any dates.
Did you have any female company?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
My sister Becky.
Okay.
Great kid. Love her.
No,
Okay.
I mean like the touch of a woman. I'm sure Becky didn't touch you that way. I hope she didn't.
No, we're all good, Virginia. But again, thank you for asking about my love life. I appreciate that.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. That was our weekends. We got a lot more to unpack, especially with Jbird. We'll find out what was so weird about his weekend coming up. Anybody need to call out from the weekend, we'll do that as well coming up here at 7:30. And if you want those 3 songs that you need, the KVJ 5K triple play and a shot at $5,000. It's coming up 1 hour from now.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, this is a good little nugget to start off with. Why did they have to tase Ronnie from the Jersey Shore? Don't tase me, bro. Yeah, what happened? I'll give you the full scoop. I know you're shocked.
Wow, he's really dialing it up.
He's definitely been a little frisky these days. And this is not a repeat story. This is new that happened on Friday and Saturday. So,
Okay.
before we get into the Jersey Shore drama, Alex Trebek is talking about his stage 4 pancreatic cancer and what exactly he's going through. He says, look, I'm hanging in there because at least it'll be easier this round of chemo. I know what to expect because I've just gone through it. It was a lot of chemotherapy, but I am going to fight this and I have hope. And I love the support of everybody on I guess everybody at the Jeopardy team is like so supportive and loving, and they're like, we're not doing it without you. You're the best. It's really sweet.
That is nice.
In other news, it looks like Martin Scorsese is talking crap about superhero movies. Does he not think of them as real film?
So he was saying kind of like they are basically theme parks and they're not real movies along those lines. And Samuel L. Jackson had
Just
some,
a joyride. There's
Yes.
nothing deep. You're not going to really unpack the human condition. Yeah.
That's what he said pretty much.
Yeah, that's not him for making money.
That's how you answer that question.
Yeah, go look at the box office tally. I do actually think superhero movies are real movies.
They are.
And finally here, Ronnie from the Jersey Shore was spotted hanging out in Beverly Hills with his girlfriend on Friday. The two of them, I guess, were staying at an Airbnb in the Hollywood Hills, and they were fine at dinner, but I don't know what happened when they got back to the house. Police had to be called because the story is he was chasing her around the house with a knife while holding their baby. Oh my gosh.
Aren't you tired of the drama? Don't you want to just lay?
Sources say the police had to break down the door, and then Ronnie was combative, so they had to tase him to get him under control.
Oh, dang, they didn't tase the baby, did they?
No, I don't think they tased the baby.
Okay, that's tough.
Hopefully, they removed the baby from his arms before they tased him.
Hey, is the Sitch, is he out of prison?
He is.
He is out of prison.
He just got out.
They're all doing so well.
It's been a rough road.
Wow.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/kvjshow.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got going on today, Jbird?
Well, me and Denny's are getting called out. I posted something on social media, and apparently it wasn't right. It's really annoying when you post something about animals on social media, and you think you got a cute little video, and here come all these Johnny-come-latelys that have something to say, and they don't even know what really happened. You post a 30-second video, and then they draw all these conclusions of what's going on. So I told you last week about how we found this beautiful... It looked like a tortoise, this turtle walking in the middle of the parking lot where I live at. And where I live at, there's a lot of traffic there. So we were afraid the tortoise was going to get hit. Now
because he was literally in the middle of the place where the cars go.
Totally. Oh, it could have easily gotten hit. And so we see this beautiful thing, and it does look different. It doesn't look like, one of the turtles you normally see, but we just take it out of the parking lot into the grass. Now, nowhere near the lake, but sort of by the lake, just in case it's supposed to be going there. And of course, people are like, you guys are not supposed to touch those kind of tortoises. Those are not supposed to be touched. And then they're like,
who knew the non-touched tortoise?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
he needs a sign.
So tortoises are getting the hashtag Me Too movement?
Well, yeah, we didn't even put it in the lake, and everyone's like, you guys really messed up. Should not have done that. Should not put it near the lake. We didn't even put it near the lake, for one. All these Johnny-come-latelys, you guys did it wrong. You put it in the lake. So that was the first thing. The other thing, too, is it ended up being a little girl's pet. Where I live at, the turtle escaped. They were looking for the thing. So if it's a pet, the other thing people were getting...
I feel like if you're looking for a turtle in a little neighborhood, you're not doing a good job if he's outsmarting you because they're slow.
I agree.
I think it's on the little girl.
Well, yeah, I hear it. Let's not bash her, though.
Yeah, let's go after this little girl.
Yeah, how dare her.
It's not like he's running from you.
So he's
a turtle.
The other comment people are like, you're not supposed to pick up those kind of tortoises. But, okay, what are you supposed to do then? Let the tortoise stay in the parking lot? And if it's a pet, aren't they probably touching the tortoise as well? My point is, people are always on social media acting like they know what they're talking about, and they're not.
I didn't know. I've seen a turtle before. I've helped a turtle that was going across a road. It was a high-traffic road, and it was in the middle, and I'm like, this thing's not going to make it. So
we saved a turtle one time on Southern Boulevard. I mean, this thing was literally trying to cross Southern.
Yeah.
I'm like, slammed on the brakes.
Yeah, you guys screwed up. When you come across a turtle like this, you want to help. Carry it in the direction. I don't know. There's everything.
What is it? Carry it?
Don't carry it. Do carry it. Some people are saying you're not supposed to touch these things. I'm going to show you what it looked like. It's a beautiful tortoise. I don't know if you can see it on on our camera right there, but I don't know the rules. All I know is it looked like it was in distress. It was in the parking lot. I think you're supposed to move those things.
Yeah, I mean, if that's where cars go.
Didn't you? What was the thing you put up on social media? You're just trying to be all cute and fun, and then everyone turned on you.
Oh, I had that one time when Cannon had crawled into the dryer.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was obviously a decade ago, but yeah, people always got something to say. Yeah, I didn't know that about turtles, so if I see that, I've done that. I picked him up by around his shell and just helped him to the other side of the road and kind of got him a little bit off of it. I parked my car right in the middle. There was a 3-car pileup. 2 people died, but the turtle was completely safe.
Nice.
Which was, the good news. So I thought I did what was right in that moment.
Yeah, they're calling it a tortoise. You're not supposed to touch tortoises, but if it's in the road, I think you should. I don't know.
Well, I don't know the difference between a tortoise and a regular turtle. These fancy tortoises that you're not supposed to touch. If they're in the middle of the parking lot and they're about to get hit, isn't it better for me to touch them than for, like, say, my SUV's tire?
Thank you, Virginia. I appreciate it.
Somebody said, do I clarify turtles are water-living, tortoises are land animals? Okay.
Yes. Okay, so that was the big debate.
Well, we don't know the difference.
It was
Sorry.
I thought it was a turtle.
I'm not a turtleologist.
All we did was put it in the grass in the direction of the lake. Yeah. Turtle murderers.
Nah, you meant well. That's all it is. There should be a lot of things where we just end it with, you meant well.
Yeah, I know.
You meant well.
Oh, Jason, you messed up so bad. All the emojis like, oh, Jason, you're so dumb. That emoji, you know the one I'm talking about?
I do.
You meant well. What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
So something weird happened yesterday at the Turnpike. Imagine that, Jbird.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to get on the Turnpike at Indiantown Road, and it's early. It's like 9 o'clock on a Sunday. Not a lot of traffic. I pull up to the little thing where you're supposed to get the ticket. It says take ticket, but no ticket comes out. And I'm sitting there. I roll my car backwards and forward a couple of times thinking, okay, maybe I'm not right on the sensor or whatever. No ticket comes out of the Turnpike thing. And now there's cars behind me backing up because they want to get a ticket too. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go through here. So then when I get to exit at Southern, I tell the lady, hey, your ticket machine at Indiantown Road didn't give me a ticket, but that's how far I went. Check the cameras. Like, what's the amount that I owe you for that? She's like, oh, no. You got to pay a lost ticket, which is $15.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
I'm like, B, I did not lose the ticket. Your machine was broken, and now it's my fault?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's happened to me before. See, it's the Turnpike.
She wrote down my license and gave me a ticket for $14.60 plus processing.
Biggest scam in the game, Florida Turnpike.
Yeah, your machine's broken. How's that my fault?
Yo, you don't do that Sun Pass?
I did do a Sun Pass, and then I left it in a rental car.
Okay.
And ever since then, just out of, punishing myself, I make myself pay for the Turnpike now, not the Sun Pass, because I'm dummy and I left it in a rental
So
car.
you just will not allow yourself now?
Yes. I'm like, I can't be trusted with the Sun Pass. Obviously, I'm too stupid because I left it in a rental car. From now on, you just got to pay and you got to get the ticket, and that's your punishment.
Such a scam. They didn't give me a ticket one time. I didn't know what they were like out of tickets because it was that automatic thing. You go on the road and then they're asking you for your ticket. There's no ticket to give. Scam.
Yeah, I mean, the lady even, I said, so I'm the first person this ever happened to where the machine doesn't give a ticket. Like, she was trying to say like it was my fault, like I was lying.
Uh-huh.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, lady, it's a machine. I promise you I'm not the first person to have this problem.
Yeah, you're not.
Ugh, so annoying.
Okay.
Now I got to call the Turnpike.
That you do, and they
Get
will.
my credit card and like, ugh.
It's a to-do, Virginia.
It's a to-do, and it's not my fault.
You want to get in that booth?
Fix your machine, Turnpike.
Do you want to get in that booth? Spit that truth.
I don't have time.
What I got on my mind here today, my daughter had been out of town. I told you she got that little puppy, and so we did some dog sitting, and so we
She
watched
got a
her
puppy
dog.
and then left town.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. She got him about 3 months ago, so she's had him for a little while. Then she was gone for the weekend, so we were dog sitting.
Aww.
Man, I gotta tell you one thing, boy. I forgot that I had the dog out at the ballpark the other night. My son Cannon was playing a game. Got to watch the puppies. I forgot they're such kid magnets. So I just, me, I just wanted to like kind of slide under the radar. Had the dog, wanted to watch the kid. Oh, I had like 20 kids all around me. I'm like, I had to go retreat back to my car and couldn't watch my son's baseball game. It's like, oh, I guess these kids, they're everywhere.
He's a cute puppy.
Yeah, he's a very cute puppy. Little
What kind?
French bulldog.
French bulldog.
Yeah, very
It's
cute little
trendy.
guy.
It's a trendy
Is
puppy.
it?
Yeah.
The women in my family have to do everything trendy. So I looked
It's an
at that.
accessory.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. It's a cute dog. I love the dogs. But I thought it was interesting. I saw this. I never realized, you know how dogs love to stick their head out of car windows? And you're just like, it's really kind of weird because if you ever blow in their face, they hate that. But yet they love the wind of riding down the road, head out the window.
Totally get. I love doing that too. I get why they would want to do that.
Yeah. And I'm sure somebody would be like, oh, you can't do that. Dogs jump out of the car, blah, blah, blah.
Don't post it on social media.
Don't post it on social. You get blasted. But I never really knew why they love it so much. It's not necessarily the air that is, that feels good. They say that dogs, their sense of smell is so stimulated. It's kind of like going out to a nightclub for them. Like they just absolutely love it. Yeah, they get more smell stimulation with their heads fully outside the car versus inside. And their noses are designed to savor smell. So as they're driving down the road, they're just like, oh my gosh, this is great. Trash, grass, restaurants, other dogs. I mean, they say it's just like watching TV for people, that it's just a stimulus overload. And they're just like, their mind's like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
I got to do that with Chewy then. I got to take him. I just drive around restaurants, have him lose his mind.
Yeah, so I had no idea, but that's just really kind of it. So if you've always wondered, why is the dogs love sticking their head out the window so much? It's because of the smells.
Gosh, I really wish I could talk to dogs and really get what they're thinking and.
You can.
You know what I mean, and then understand, and you could communicate.
You want to be the pet whisperer.
Yes, I would love to know what Chewy is thinking.
So there you go. All right, let me see here. A couple of comments to help you out here. Let's see. Virginia must be really stupid. All you have to do is list your tag numbers in your account online. The tolls are by plate and have been for years.
Wow, really coming after you early today.
Wow.
I don't even know what they're saying.
Okay, yeah. See, she's that dumb, doesn't even understand what you're saying. So good luck.
You don't have the fight in you.
I want to fight, but I don't know what I'm fighting about.
I know that move.
Let me see. Somebody else said, Kevin, my dog loves when I blow in his face. Maybe your breath just stinks. That's very true, possibly.
I would think dogs would probably want stinky breath. It's almost like food to them.
Yeah, so that might be actually the reverse. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
I
because
think
my
you-
breath's too minty. Maybe it's your breath that stinks, and that's why they're like, hot garbage. Yes.
Chewy would like bad breath compared to minty breath.
That's a good thought there, Jbird. Thank you very much. All right, any other insulting comments? You can get them to us, 877-979-WRMF.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Somebody, I just wanted to let you know, Virginia, the Indiantown Road is not a toll by plate, so you got to get a ticket there. Not every exit is a toll by plate. So whoever said that needs to educate themselves instead of blasting Virginia. So there you go.
Okay.
Let everybody know.
This is what I did as soon as I lost my little transponder. I just said to myself, okay, from now on, you don't take the turnpike that much. You got to get a ticket now because you can't be trusted with the transponder.
You went old school with it, and that's
I
okay.
did. I went old school because even that toll by plate, sometimes I feel like they mismanage it and then they don't match it up with my plate and my account. And then I don't really ever know like how much I have in the account, and you got to keep putting money in it. And
Ugh, what a
if you have
nightmare.
insufficient funds and then I'm not on top of it? Like if I have the money in my wallet, I can pay, and I know exactly what this transaction is costing me. The whole toll by plate, have your money in this account, let it sit there. I'm like, I don't know about all that.
Okay, you're not feeling that?
I'm not feeling that.
Okay. I like the sun pass, though.
I can't be trusted with the transponder.
Gosh, I can't stand the turnpike. Oh,
Yeah, it's very handy.
nah.
If you're ever going west, you really kind of need it.
Or if you're going north, you need it.
Yeah, you kind of need it.
I don't use it a lot though. That's the thing. I can't justify the transponder because isn't it like $20? And then you got to put money into it. So
That's credit card. Just charges the credit card.
the thing costs you $20. The machine, the hardware,
I don't know. I thought we got a sticker that wasn't.
those are $5 and they break.
You are.
I had the sticker and it kept breaking. And they're like, oh, you got to buy a new sticker. Like, how many stickers do I got to buy?
Huh. I don't know.
Yeah.
They run you around, Virginia.
I'm not getting run around anymore.
Okay. All right.
Apparently, though, I am.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm not sure it's really working for you. All right. It's all a struggle.
Come on over. Let's do a rap song against the turnpike again.
Okay, that's it. I'm going over.
All right.
Well, it is October here, and going to start getting a lot more Halloween-y as the days go on. You know, it gets a little bit cooler. People are going to start getting their candy, their costumes, things like that. I'd seen that Target came out with Golden Girls costumes, and they're apparently selling out like crazy, which I'm like, why are the Golden Girls so hot? That show was on, 30 years ago?
It's one of those things that it got hip again. I don't know why. Either they're running it on Netflix, but yeah, the last year or two,
Yeah, what
Golden
happened?
Girls have gotten some heat again.
They're all dead but one, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Are they making sexy Golden Girl costumes? Because don't they make every Halloween costume
I
sexy?
saw the photo of it because I was like, all right, is it sexy? Go something like, is it gimmick? No, it just looked like regular Golden Girls costume.
It's just going to be you dressing up like an old woman. Anybody can go do this costume.
Yeah, I was like, for people who are bummed out, they're going, darn it, we can't go to the Golden Girls now. It's not that hard to dress as an old woman.
Go to the thrift shop.
Right. I'm like, heck, why would you overpay for a Golden Girls costume at
They're
Target?
They're tricking people. They
They really
it's
are.
cool.
That's what it is. It's tricks. It's tricks. This is the season of tricks. And what I thought was fun was, way back in the day especially, they really took that trick or treat for real. Like, if you don't get a treat now, does anybody really come back and ever pull a trick on you? I don't think so. But back in the old days, apparently they really used to. That was a legit thing. Trick or treat. It was, if I don't get a treat, you're getting a trick. And so they're talking to some people at a nursing home in Jacksonville. And they're asking them, like, well, okay, like, what kind of tricks were you then playing on people? And it was kind of interesting because they had a whole bunch of different tricks that they would do. This was popular stuff back in the day. Like, they would take somebody's buggy from their horse and buggy and put it on top of their house. So you come home and look for your buggy. Your horses are in the barn. You'd be like, where's our buggy? And you'd be like, oh, look, some rascals put it on top of our house.
Old-time comedy.
Old-timey comedy.
How do you get your buggy down without busting your buggy?
You gotta get some farm hands, Virginia.
Yeah, I think you had time back then. I think
you really did. When you didn't, this is what people did when they didn't have smartphones. There was a lot of ample time.
I'm a big fan of old-timey comedy. What else did they do?
They would take boots and put it on a cow. So you'd be like, oh, shuckies. Oh, my cow's got boots on it. Ah, cow with boots. Ooh, ha.
Old-timey comedy.
Old-timey comedy.
I love a cow with boots.
They put a hat on a mule. I mean,
and stitches.
Wow. That's great. They take farm tools and hang them in trees.
That's just mean.
Yeah.
You're looking for your hammer?
Where's my hammer? Oh, it's hanging in the tree. Oh, it's like all these things don't grow on trees.
Where's my cow? Oh, man, it's got boots on
it. Some of the other stuff was a little bit more diabolical, though. These old coots in the nursing home in Jacksonville, sometimes they would move cars. They go like to a local tavern. And back in the day, it was a lot easier to get into one of those old-timey cars and pop the brake. They'd take it and push it over the hill to the levee down below. That was one of the things, yeah. And so the drunks would come out to drive home because, you know, drinking and driving wasn't a thing back then.
It was okay back then.
You get as hammered as you want and get behind the wheel of that Model T. I mean, you're only going 12 miles an hour anyway, so wasn't that big a deal back then. And they'd be like, oh, my car's gone. Oh, they pull it down to the levee.
Yeah, when did they start making you can't drink and drive a rule? Because I'd imagine it was probably awful back in the day. People getting all hopped up on liquor and then getting in their cars.
I imagine probably the first couple years when cars started breaking the 50-mile-an-hour limit and prohibition was gone.
It had a bit of madness.
Probably was a bad 5 years. It probably just really rough out there. If they said, you know, maybe there should be a law against this.
Speed plus bad decisions.
Yeah.
Plus old-timey.
There was probably no stigma on drinking and driving at one point in American life. It'd be like going, now make sure you finish your bourbon before you get out there on the road.
You're right.
Don't waste that. It's good alcohol.
Right.
You worked hard for that money.
It's so weird. I bet it wasn't like that.
If you can just make it to your car, you can take a nap as soon as you start it. Okay. Yeah, all of a sudden it became a thing. And they said the other thing they would do, they would tip over outhouses.
Oh.
Now that's tough.
While you're in it?
Yeah, while you're in it. Now that I don't really fully understand how that would work because a porta potty, I guess I kind of get because that's all contained within the unit. But if you guys ever been to an outhouse?
No.
You've never been to an outhouse. Oh, you have not lived.
I've seen them. I've never used them.
Okay. I've seen and used an outhouse before.
Where you grew up at?
Yeah.
Man, Ohio is weird, isn't it?
This is, my grandma's farm in West Virginia. And,
gosh, I'd love to go to that thing.
Oh,
What's that like?
Oh, they got a pond and cows and all kinds of stuff.
Who owns it now? Did she sell it?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
She got cows and everything. Do those cows got boots?
that would be the kind of like stuff you'd say, oh, darn, the cow's got boots. But yeah, they had, because it was dug out in the ground. And so it was kind of like a little wood, building that was over, and they had a wooden toilet. So you had to worry about, you get splinters in your behind.
So some of the outhouses I just Googled, it looks like you could turn them over like a porta potty. Some of them are different looking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe they didn't have, maybe my grandmother had a fancy outhouse.
Did your grandma, was it kind of in the ground a little bit?
Yeah, it was dug down in the ground, then they had like a wooden toilet over the hole. And I think after a couple of years, you'd be like, we might want to dig a new hole.
And what, you just poop there and you let it be?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's like maybe something you'd sprinkle down in there.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
That's the way it was, though.
Yeah, I think it was maybe like the 70s or 80s before they got indoor plumbing.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why so late? Just throw away?
It's West Virginia, baby.
Yeah, that was fancy.
Yeah.
Some people don't need fancy.
Yeah, we don't need that kind of stuff. Yeah. was a lot easier that way. So there you go. If you're looking for some throwback tricks for Halloween, does anybody still even play pranks? Is that a thing? And if it is, what would you do today? Because anymore, people don't have that same kind of sense of humor. Even putting boots on a cow, somebody'd have a problem with, I think.
Imagine me playing a trick on a kid that comes to the door. Hey, kid, I'm going to do a trick on you. It's creepy. It's why.
It really is, yeah.
In fact, I don't even know if I should be giving out candy these days. It's kind of, I don't know.
I think the tricks are more modern now. In fact, there's a commercial that they have for that doorbell camera where somebody's at their party and they're on their phone. The kid's coming up, take candy. Like, oh, only take one or I'm going to come get you. Ah! And he's like, the
devil will get you.
Yeah, that's kind of like the new tricks. You do it with technology. So that's what it's all about. Somebody texted in. We were talking about the old coots at the nursing home in Jacksonville, talking about, well, trick or treat back in my day. And they talk about how they would pop the brake on people's cars and roll them over the hill when they were at the bar, and they come out and be like, I'm all drunk, can't find my car. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, in the little town my dad was from, there was a guy that used to ride his horse to the bar. At the end of the night, the bartender would just throw the guy over the back of his horse, and the horse knew where the house was, so the horse would walk him all the way home, and here he'd come just, sprawled over the horse, and they just get him off the horse and put him into bed.
That's an amazing story. I don't even know how that's possible.
It doesn't sound too far-fetched to me.
I feel like I would fall off the horse.
That's what I'm saying. How do you not fall off that horse?
I don't know if I would have the stability to be able to hammered lay across a horse and not fall off all the way home.
They just drape you right over, Virginia. I think you just pass out and...
And how drunk do you have to get to the point where you got to lay on a horse?
Well, they ain't drinking White Claw.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Old-timey whiskey.
Yeah, they're going after the stuff that counts. All right, time for a round of Think Fast here. How fast can you think on your feet here today? All righty. We got Virginia versus Jbird and Denny's here. Just let us know the first thing that comes to your mind. Suits and I will judge as to whether or not it actually is a good enough answer to count for a point.
Denny's, Peace Train. He's the champ.
It's true.
Oh, you currently wear the Think Fast brain hat?
I do.
It's been a while since Birds won this game, I believe.
Wow, I don't know. What's that about?
I'm glad you pointed that out,
It's about
Jeff.
the truth. Yeah, I think it has been a while.
Denny's won 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, and then Virginia had it before that, I think.
Yeah. It's been a long time since the Bird won.
Yeah.
Oh, is that true? Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking me.
Since we're talking stats.
Virginia's still not fully recovered from Thursday.
I'm not.
Take a break from talking.
Well, I was doing great, and then Saturday happened.
Oh, yeah. See, halfway back and then, yeah.
Oh, boy.
One
I need,
step forward, 2 steps back.
Can I have 3 more Sundays?
All right, here we go. Think fast. All right, it starts with the letter B and is a frequent excuse used for people in South Florida for being late.
My baby. My baby.
Bad traffic.
Butt problem.
Baby. You want to go with baby on that? I think that would count. Yeah, it's baby. Great excuse. Yeah, I used the bridge.
Oh, the bridge was
bridge.
up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was just stuck with the other, and it's actually true.
I know.
Gosh, it's so frustrating when you forget that bridge timing.
Bridges are scary.
They are scary, Jbird. Very scary. Okay. All right, Virginia with 1 point here. All right, next up, think fast. It starts with an A and is likely in your medicine cabinet.
Advil.
Virginia.
She's quick.
Girl is on it today. Wow. Quick 2-zip lead here. Okay. It starts with the letter T and is a candy that looks like a cat turd.
Tootsie Roll.
Jbird, Tootsie Roll. Is correct.
Cat turd is funny.
I know. I sat and thought about it.
You know, Denny's that brain hat kind of matches your shirt today. Looks
Oh, look
nice.
at
Is
that.
that a new shirt?
Get out of here.
Nice.
I think the brain hat makes it harder to think quick.
It's heavy.
It's very heavy, yeah.
Works against you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Virginia's got 2 points. Jbird has got 1. Think fast. The champ yet to get on the board. It's a rehydrating drink that was developed right here in Florida, and it starts with the letter
Gatorade.
Virginia.
No, that doesn't count.
doesn't
Because
Starts
we were
with
all
the letter G.
We were all
Gatorade.
Gatorade. We were
Okay.
all gonna say it. I was waiting until you finished,
I
Kevin.
didn't even need the letter.
I was waiting until you finished, Kevin.
And I
Didn't
did
need
finish,
it.
and then Virginia got it.
Didn't need the letter.
Denny's. It was Kevin in Virginia before it was just
What?
Clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's see. Virginia, I believe you can take it with this.
Okay.
Rats.
Denny's has been eliminated.
Oh, Denise.
Get out, champ.
Okay. It starts with the letter B and is a big purple blob that loves you.
Barney. Barney.
Barney.
Barney.
I love you, you love me. Okay.
That's a creepy song.
Yeah, it is.
Talking dinosaur. It's horrifying.
Okay. Virginia with 3, Jbird with 2. It's hard to tell if it's alive, and it's hard to spell, as sometimes people start it with an O and other times people with a P.
A possum. Possum.
Yeah, possum.
Oh, God.
All right, it's all tied up now. This is a tiebreaker. And Jbird come all the way back to get this win.
I want it so bad.
He's a slow start, but a strong finish.
Yes, that's it. Okay.
Laughing at our own jokes. So funny, Kevin.
I'm on today.
My material is great.
All right, here we go. Final one. Think fast. It's sweet, white, and spongy, and starts with the letter M.
Marshmallow.
Oh, right at the end.
On marshmallow.
Oh, gets it on marshmallow.
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, Bird.
Oh, man.
Oh, dang.
Gosh, she wanted it.
She wanted it, and she got it. The hat goes back to Vicious V.
Here you go, witch.
Oh,
he threw it against the wall.
Oh, who saw that coming?
Nobody.
Our birthdays today. Got to say what up. Tony Braxton is turning 52. Used to crank out a lot of R&B hits in the day.
Oh, I had such a crush on her. Growing up in high school.
Got Simon Cowell. Ever have a crush on him?
I think Virginia did.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I ever did.
I thought you liked him a little bit.
I don't know. I never really, not my flavor.
Okay. Now your thing.
Nah.
Okay. Well, he's 60 today. John Mellencamp is 68, and Joy Behar turned 77 today.
Okay.
There you go. Got some other birthdays here. We got Staten Shaw. Got to say a little happy birthday shout out that is coming to you from Penny. I believe she is your mother-in-law. Also, happy 20th birthday to my brother Miguel. That is from your sister Flora. Happy 10th birthday goes out to Leah from Daddy, Norma, and all the puppies, including Ghost and Bronx. You can see Bronx there in the picture.
Adorable.
Yeah, one of them there varieties of bulldogs, I believe. Is that the American bulldog? Don't even know. So many bulldogs these days. Happy 11th birthday to Logan from Mom, Dad, Sister Sophia, and brother Cody. Also, Erica Muniz having a birthday. It's from your boyfriend, from Josh and the Pizzle. Also, happy 4th birthday to our handsome son, Eric, from Mommy, Daddy, and Big Brother Ethan. You can see him there if you're watching KVJ TV. Got his photo up there for you. And if you're not watching KVJ TV, come on. You can plug it in on YouTube. You got a flat screen TV, should be easy to do, whatever device you might need, or you can get the free YouTube mobile app and just look for the KVJ Show. Make sure you subscribe for free and ring that bell.
Yeah, watch us at home. Don't go to work today. Just watch us all morning.
Well, and you can actually go to work and still watch us because of the mobile device. So either
Yeah,
way,
you're right. Maybe go to work.
yeah, whatever it is you want to do.
Telling people not to go to work? What are you trying to do?
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Oh boy, we got a lot of call 'em outs here today. I don't even know where Jbird is going to start here today. He's got several people he needs to call out. Who is first?
My dad.
On your list. Your dad.
What'd Sweet Randy do?
So you know how he gave me the KVJ station wagon vehicle? I've really loved having 2 cars, even though both of the cars are pretty much 2 pieces of crap. It was still, hey, I got a fancy little station wagon here, at least in my own mind.
It's an early 2000s Saturn.
Yeah, and I really...
They don't make them anymore.
They do not make them anymore, and I really loved it. So he's in town from Texas for a week. He ended up giving it away. He didn't want to pay the insurance anymore because he was paying the insurance, and he ended up donating it, and it's now gone. Bye, station wagon. I loved that thing.
That was your ride.
I did. I loved it, but it's gone. I wish he would have told me before he did that because I would have paid the insurance on it.
Oh, it just.
But
It can't be a lot.
I would
The
imagine.
insurance has to be like, I don't know, $20 a month or
Nickel.
something.
No, it was more
A
than
nickel.
It was more than that. But yeah, KVJ station wagon's gone, dog.
Oh, it's a good thing we didn't get that thing all tricked out then.
He knew you were driving it, though. He didn't.
I got my truck too, though.
Okay.
So, I mean, at least he donated it to somebody.
Okay, the need.
Yes.
Okay, all
But
right.
after the fact, I'm like, "Where's the station wagon?" It's no longer here.
Okay. First person to call out. Do you need to call out Denny's? Because I believe you got a.
Well, it's more of a kind of a PSA. He's really adamant about letting people know what's going on. So I went through the delivery service, and I had gotten taco. Ooh, never mind. Shouldn't have said the place. Shouldn't have said it.
Well, he does this every day, doesn't he? Didn't he do this on Friday, Virginia?
What taco place are you going to offend?
I don't know. It's a taco place that starts with the word taco. Okay. Let me think.
There's a lot of those out there. There's a lot. It could be anywhere. I can still tell a story.
Taco Grande.
It could be taco.
Taco Viva?
Taco Viva.
Yeah, it could be.
Tacos. I'm sure there's one of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. This mysterious taco place that starts with the word taco.
So I ended up getting a good $40, $45 worth of food. I wanted a little bit of variety.
Yeah.
And
How many people are you feeding?
it was a party of one. But I just want some variety.
No girls over there?
No,
Taco buffet for one, huh?
Denny's can attest there was nobody there. So Denny's comes over, and I'm like, hey, if you want some of this food, it's here. It's piping hot. I got so much of it. He tells me, I'll let you take the floor. He grosses me out by telling the store because he knows exactly where I ordered it from.
Yeah.
And apparently he has seen something terrible at this place.
I did. So
Yeah.
I saw the pile of food and I appreciated the offer, but I had to tell him that last time I was there, I saw some bad things. And one of those being was that the roof was incredibly leaky in the entire building to the point where they had to cover almost everything in plastic to protect it.
Oh, wow.
So, but they left the store open so you could still go inside and order. I guess anyone who's going through the drive-thru wouldn't know, but I always go into places. So I'm inside and it's just dripping everywhere, and they're still in operation. I mean, dripping through the kitchen,
You were
through
saying
the dining
smell
area.
was moldy.
But we're talking where you just hear plip, plip, plip through the whole store because there's so much coming down.
Wow.
And
They should not have it open.
you got to close down for that, and don't let people see that.
I didn't know.
Where's the board that goes around and tells restaurants if they're violating health code?
And this is a
just-
place I
don't-
go to often.
I don't think they have enough to be in every single place every single day.
I mean, if they're dripping,
Yeah.
they definitely need to be shut down.
He said it was dripping by the food.
Well,
the smell was
so
going.
as I was
Oh my God!
I was-
Moldy drip.
I'm placing my order, and they have plastic over the registers to protect them.
Yeah.
And as I'm placing my order, my neck's getting wet because the water's hitting it and splashing onto me. Oh. It was rough. So I saw this place and just dilapidated in its interior. So I had to tell him so that I was like, don't eat this because there's a potential chance.
Well, he started getting in my head. He's like, I don't know, man. There's rain. There's mold. He's like, I was seeing it splash everywhere, and it turned into Kevin Ralston. It turned my stomach to the point where I got paranoid and didn't want to eat that.
How'd the food look?
It looked good. We ended up ordering pizza after.
I think it was a better move. I mean, that was probably
Throw it away, huh?
He didn't think. He's like, dude, I wouldn't eat it because you're gonna probably get sick from that. He was that nervous about that. Then I'm thinking, is Denny's in my head too much?
Yeah.
Or would that gross you? Is that enough to gross you out from eating? I know it is for you.
Oh, I'm already done. As soon as I see the plastic and I hear one drip, I would have walked right out.
Well, because if that much is making it down to the ceiling where I can see it, then that means in the top there has to be a ton of it, right? It just has to be filled
It
with.
should not be allowed to be open.
You got to close down, fix it, and then reopen. Right?
Thank you.
Does
Don't
that
let
gross
people.
Does that gross you out at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know that's the ultimate question. It probably depends upon how hungry I am in the moment, how good the food looks.
Well, he wouldn't stop talking about it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like getting ready. He's like, I don't know.
Because he's
man."
trying to save your life.
Well, I don't want you eating it. I seen it dripping all throughout the kitchen.
He loves you.
to the point where I'm trying to get down. I'm like, I can fight through this. I don't know, man. You sure it's not damp?
And that was like a month and a half ago, so I can imagine, unless they paid to have all that fixed.
Not all of your nachos had a moldy drip on them. Maybe just like 2 or 3.
Yeah, then it got on my head. And plus, I was kind of, after that, all that, I was in the mood for pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got you going on that. Okay. There's a couple call them outs here. We see this a lot, but with school back in, somebody said, I want to call it the mom who sends her kid to school so sick that he's oozing from his nose, doesn't even bother to clean his face before she gives him to the teacher. Thanks a lot for getting my daughter so sick that she's missed 2 weeks of school already.
Oh.
Thank you for the asthma attacks, the sleepless nights, the coughing, the vomiting, and all the laundry. So, yeah, it's kind of a PSA out there for parents. Just, I know a lot of times, I just don't have another solution. He's got to go to school sick. Well, you cause problems for everybody else. Just think about it.
Spreads it everywhere.
Just think about it. Another one here. Michelle's got a lot of call them out. She wants to call out all the moms who wear halter tops and yoga pants when they take their kids to the bus stop.
And she's calling it out in a bad way?
Yeah, apparently so. Yes, dress appropriately.
What's a halter top?
It's like just covering the breast area, like a little stretchy, sleeveless, strapless.
Are you offended by this?
No. I say, you know what? Wear whatever you want to the bus stop because you just woke up. I don't judge people on that level.
Okay, so not a problem for you.
No.
Not a problem for me either.
Also, call them out. I'll use a different word. Jerks with the trucks that blow the black smoke out of the back. This dude's like 40. He actually thinks he's cool. Get a life and get a clue, you dumb wannabe hillbilly.
Yeah.
Is that in Boca?
I don't know if it's the same dude, but yeah, that guy that cut me off and then like had the boat horn, a honk, and they went, and I'm got, what was that? It was like a truck fart.
He purposely truck farted on you.
Yes.
And it's like something you can go aftermarket and get put onto your vehicle to be more obnoxious on the roads.
Yeah, and I was driving completely in the right. He actually cut me off, honked his horn at me. I'm like, wait, what? And then when I couldn't believe it, I'm like going, you cut me off. I should be honking at you. And then he went, truck fart. I'm like, man.
It's a weird move.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Somebody else said, I want to call out the guy that hit my 17-year-old son after he loaded his truck with mulch at Home Depot. My son proceeded to walk back to the building. The guy put his truck in reverse to back out the side of the building and hit the truck. So knocked the wind out of him. He's in shock. Sat down on a pile of mulch. The guy came out and asked him twice if he's okay, but then I got in his truck and took off. So there you go. And we got Lance on here. He's got a call him out as well, 877-979-WRMF. Lance, who are you calling out today and for what?
I'd like to call out the lady who was breastfeeding during the Joker this weekend.
Okay, so this was in a movie theater?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what do you care?
Yeah, tell me about it. Now, why? Tell me why it was bothering you. What was the issue here?
Well, I'm trying to watch the Joker, and she's sitting right in front of me, and there's like a suckling child, and her breasts are out, and it just made it very difficult. It just didn't seem like the right place or time. You know what I mean? I'm trying to watch the Joker here, and instead I'm watching something else. You know?
Well, maybe she didn't have any other options, and she wanted to see the movie, and babysitters are expensive, and then babies do have to eat. Babies don't know they're at the Joker, so there's no inappropriateness to bringing a baby there if he's quiet.
I don't know. The numbers are in. Babies love the Joker. I just saw an article about that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I people will sometimes call out parents for taking their young children to a clearly inappropriate movie for that young child.
Who cares?
We'll get to call them out on that. And yeah,
why do you care?
Yeah.
It sounds like he's more upset that he had to see a boob.
Then he was distracted. I think he was distracted by her breastfeeding in the theater in front of him.
You need to get over it because this is life, and sometimes it's not going to be perfectly convenient for her to go tuck herself into a closet or a toilet and breastfeed. She wants to watch the movie and take care of her child. I think you need to step off.
The people that call out parents for taking their kids to R-rated movies, get a life. Why do you give a crap about that stuff?
The only thing I could think why would be a problem for the most part would just be maybe the noise. You know, at a movie theater, I don't know. It's been a while since I had a
breastfeeding baby doesn't make very much noise
No.
all.
The noise for the
Calm
baby.
down.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we get
Yeah.
it. You're mad about the breastfeeding call. We
It's
all
loud in a theater, and babies have very sensitive hearing. That would be the only thing, and I don't know. Maybe that's sometimes an issue.
And I'm talking about like the 6-year-old kid that if you bring the kid to the Joker, can you believe they're bringing the kid to the Joker? Mind your own.
Okay.
I think his problem, though, was the fact that he had to look at a boobie, and he needs to chill out, get over it, and realize that we all ate off of a boobie one day early in life.
And why just if you're that annoyed, just get up and move and go sit somewhere else.
She's not doing anything wrong. Let's stop criminalizing breastfeeding.
Now, let me ask you this. Is it wrong, and I'm just asking the question, if the baby is making a lot of noise, let's say
totally different.
She's breastfeeding, you hear loud slurping, a lot of stuff like that to the point where it's distracting. Now, does somebody have a point?
Slurping, no. Crying, yes. If the baby's crying, you have to remove yourself and the baby from the theater. But if the baby is just eating, it is not going to be louder than the Joker.
What if the baby's real hungry? What if you...
Babies don't make nummy like a man.
This baby did.
Well, apparently, a lot of people got a lot of things to say about his call. I want to call out the guy that was complaining about the breastfeeding. Screw you and grow up. And then somebody else said breastfeeding in a movie is so inappropriate. And no, you don't bring your child to a loud theater. So,
why is it inappropriate? Why?
I don't know. You can call up and let us know.
It's not inappropriate. I'm sorry. We are multitasking modern women that have to do multiple things at once. Get off our jock.
But I guess the question is it okay if, like, you are in a movie theater where the attention is on the movie, whether you're breastfeeding a kid, whether you're on your phone, whether you're making a sandwich, if you're doing anything that is distracting from the movie, should you be called out? It's really not even about breastfeeding. It's about doing things in front of people while you're trying to watch a movie.
The only problem about that, I mean, you could call about anything breastfeeding. Let's say there's a guy that's like picking his ear in front of you at the movie theater. You're like, oh, I'm so distracted. The guy's picking his ear,
that's
picking his
point.
Nose. Yeah, it's like, it's just that kind
Chill
of stuff.
Chill out.
Right.
Mind your own business. And if you've got a problem with it, move your seat to where you're not in the line of sight of the woman doing it.
Right.
You don't make a big deal of it. You don't call a radio station. You're a boob.
Helen's on here from Boynton. She's got something to say. What do you want to say, Helen?
Oh my God, I'm like, yes, V, I'm 100% on you. I want to know, did this guy eat popcorn during the movie?
Yeah.
Because I'm calling him out 100%. That is absolutely ridiculous. I want to know, did he eat popcorn? Was he drinking soda during the movie?
Call back. Yeah. Did you eat popcorn?
Did he open a candy wrapper? That's way more distracting than a baby.
When I brought
absolutely.
I brought a full 2J's meal to the movie theater one time, and that was way more distracting than breastfeeding.
Rule breaking.
Big old potatoes.
Yeah. And people are asking in a dark movie theater, why is he so fixated on watching her? So
thank you.
Watch the movie.
A lot of times now, the way these movie theaters are, you can't really even see the people in front of you unless you lean forward to see them. Just mind your own business.
Okay.
He had complaining voice.
He did. And I don't like anybody that comes down on public breastfeeding. You're always going to get a fight because these moms are just trying to nourish their babies and you need to get over it.
Plus, it's a good thing to say on the air. All the women get behind your back. It's good. I like it.
Well, Lance got everybody fired up today. Yes, do not mess with a mama who is breastfeeding in the theater.
Oh, very fired up.
Mind your own business. Come on, man. Don't need to be saying anything about her. Got another column out here that I think is kind of interesting. This is somebody who wants to call out the scalper at the Florida Gators game this weekend who sold me fake tickets.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I went to the game. They wouldn't scan. Turned out to be fake. Had to spend even more money for an already expensive game. Good thing they won. Go Gators. Yeah, that was tough. I had talked to somebody. I was like, hey, you going to go to the Gators game? And they're like, we were looking for decent tickets. And they're like $700. I'm like, what?
Ugh.
It's crazy.
Forget that.
Yeah, it was a Madhouse in Jacksonville.
Watch that on TV.
Yeah. No, probably the thing to do. And College Game Day is going to be at the Gator game again 2 weeks in a row. This time they're going to Baton Rouge.
Oh,
yeah.
The Gators and LSU.
Yeah, it's the big game coming up this Saturday, Virginia.
My house will be divided because you know Panda loves the Gators.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Made me go to the swamp. Still talking about it. Still bitching about it.
It's a good place to see a game.
It's a great place to see a game unless you have a competing SEC team that you cheer for, and the chomping does not stop.
It's true, and it's a little warm.
It was
so
nice.
It's a little warm.
I liked the climate.
You do?
I
Okay.
did. I liked everything about like that. It was fall up there.
Oh, okay,
Like, we
yeah.
don't get so much fall down
Yeah.
here. It was fall up there.
Yeah. Well, I got another big game this weekend. Somebody want to call it Florida Panthers. They won on Saturday over the Lightning, home opener. Took their sexy girlfriend, Tasha, who experienced her first Panthers game. So that was kind of cool.
Nice.
So I know it's really it's weird to see a South Florida team win. You're like, I don't know what to do. What is this? You put your hands together and make a noise? It's so crazy sometimes. You're just like, oh, it's awesome. Did you see the Canes game at all on Saturday?
No, how'd that go?
They're down 28-0 first quarter, 4 interceptions. Yeah, it was.
Whoa.
It was just fun reading the comments during that game.
Oh, my
Yeah, they went
gosh.
up losing. Came back. It was nice, but yeah, they fell short. Joe Lee's on here from Boynton. You need to call out your ex-employer.
Hi.
Yeah, tell me about
So-
what is going on here real quick.
So we hired this groomer who barely worked for us for 3 months, and we caught her stealing when clients was getting ready to pay. She would have them cash out the money to her. So she did that for so long, and we ended up putting cameras in the salon, and we caught her doing that, and we let her go. Now, she has been like texting all of our cell phone numbers, including my current employees, trying to get back with us. And then she started emailing me and texting me, trying to extort money from me. So I've been dealing with police and different police departments, because we have multiple salons, and trying to get this girl taken care of. Now, she sent me email. She goes, I'm going to go on Google and ruin all your reviews. So that's what she did with all her girlfriends that she got. She created different accounts, give us terrible reviews, create a fake Facebook page.
That's actually an issue, and I wonder that today. I don't think there's any recourse you can take, because I've heard of that, where people will go on and sabotage somebody's business by giving them fake reviews, and they'll drive down their ratings, and it really hurts their business.
I think you can, actually.
Can you now? Is there?
So if you have the correspondence from her where she's threatening to do that, you save that correspondence and give it to your lawyer and say, look what she said she was going to do, and then look what she did.
But with that said, not everyone's going to say and give you their plan. I know in a personal situation, there was a breakup with this guy and this girl that I know, and it did not go well. And the one party took all of their friends and family and completely destroyed not only his business and the dad's business too. And all of it was unfounded, because they got a whole crew together and just started just ripping it apart. There was no proof or no truth to it.
Yeah, that ain't cool, Jolie. Yeah, and that anybody who's doing that stuff. I mean, that really is kind of extortion in a sense.
That's why I don't trust reviews online anymore, because I've seen some of the
too bad.
Even with restaurants, they'll give a restaurant a 1 out of 5, and you think, oh man, their food must be terrible. The first thing they'll say in the review, food was excellent, loved the food, but the service was bad. I don't think that's fair to give the food that kind of grade.
Okay, it's a good point. Somebody else wants to call out the city of Coconut Creek. They put traffic lights every 100 feet, but they don't sync them, so traffic backs up.
Oh,
that is kind of annoying. Yes. I want to call out the kid who first asked to pet my dog and then told my husband, I'm not trying to be mean, but you're fat. He was over 10. This kid knew what he meant.
Oh.
I don't care if that kid's 7.
Yeah, we're talking about kids kind of say the darndest things, but that's a 4 or 5-year-old. Yeah, you get over the age of 10 and you say something like that, yeah, you've lost.
Double digits, kid. That's when you're starting to...
Yeah, I would say I'm going probably about 7. It's not necessarily cute. It's
7, you're right.
Yeah, I'm maybe a 3, 4, 5-year-old. Yeah, 6, 7. I'm like, you better mind your P's and Q's, kid.
You know what you're doing at 7.
You do, and your parents need to know what you just did. Where's this kid's parents? And be like, do you know that little Timmy just called my husband fat?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Your kid running around calling grown-ups fat to their face?
Yeah, you are fat. That's probably where he's getting it from. The dad.
Ugh.
Somebody else texted in, they want to call themselves out for continuing to give my ex-girlfriend money like a dumbass. Yeah, sometimes we need to call ourselves out because we're like, I know this is stupid. What am I doing here? So you skip your jury duty and you get 10 days in jail. Wow.
It's not that he skipped like showing up for jury duty. He was selected to be on a jury.
Yes.
And so the trial and everything had to come to a screeching halt because he didn't show up for the trial. It wasn't just that he didn't show up for jury duty and, it's different when you get picked.
Yeah, people are saying that, the problem is he showed up the one time, got into the pool, and they were needing him the next day, and then he slept in. And then when he wasn't there and it kind of threw everybody's day off, then the judge in Palm Beach County was like, okay, you need to spend 10 days in jail. And he threw, a lot of them, like, I didn't realize that you could get all this, but 10 days in jail. He was ordered to serve 1 year of probation, perform 150 hours community service, write an apology letter, and pay $223 in court costs. Now, the probation wound up getting reduced because the kid was contrite and went in there, and he's a student and he had slept in, and he was like, he owned it. And I think a lot of times this is kind of a lesson in a lot of things, that you will make mistakes or do something you shouldn't do. You can get a lot further if you just kind of own it. But I think so many people had the mentality, it's like, well, no, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to continue fighting, and don't tell me what to do. And, I'm going to
dig my heels in.
Yes.
When you're wrong, you got to sometimes just say, you know what, I'm wrong.
And they still gave him 10 days, and it sounds like he was falling on the sword.
Yeah, he kind of did. I mean, the probation got reduced, and it's not going to count as a criminal conviction. So that's not going to be something that's going to be on his permanent record. And the judge even agreed to throw out the contempt finding by the end of the year if this 21-year-old becomes a spokesman of sorts for jury misconduct.
Yeah, he has to go and now talk to other juries about how important being a juror is and how you can't take it lightly.
Yeah, once a week.
Yep.
That's the real sentence.
That is the real sentence.
Wow. That is some pretty crazy stuff.
He's going to be so sick about talking about the why you should go to jury. He's going to be so annoyed by that.
Well, I mean, they say it's going to take about 10 minutes. Maybe they're going, I got 10 days. Like, just, don't do it. It's like, I mean, you should know. When you get that card in the mail, just throw it away. And don't show up in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Jbird could go in there and get that lesson.
I showed up in the morning, and I'm like, they're not calling me. What's going on? I never returned. And I never got picked, though. I got lucky. If I would have got picked, I would have got in trouble. I just didn't. I said, I don't think they're going to pick me. I had a gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And they told you you're not supposed to leave. You're supposed to go there in the morning, then the afternoon, just in case they call you. Mm-hmm. I took my chances.
Yeah. Now, the story, I think, that is happening in Palm Beach County, and it's gotten, national attention. And the one thing is, I was reading into the story. It was kind of troubling. This is a 21-year-old black student, and the judge had even kind of made, the comment saying that, you need to set an example, for African Americans and whatnot. And somebody just texts in, if this young man was white, he wouldn't have been reprimanded in this manner, and that part is shameful. And that is the issue.
I didn't realize it was all that.
Yeah, and as I was reading that, I'm like, okay, because that is the biggest question with our, justice system in America. Is it truly fair and the same for everybody, regardless of color, creed, wealth, all that kind of stuff? And we all know the answer is no, it's not. And so you look at every single situation to say, okay, was he getting this because this would be standard? Because it seems like crazy harsh. That's why I think it gets people's attention. Be going, wait, he didn't show up for jury duty. He had to do 10 days in jail.
Not only that, he's now the jury cheerleader. He's got to go act like
got to keep showing up. And now it's like, okay, hey, black people, this is why you show up for jury duty, because we're going to throw you in jail for 10 days.
That's annoying.
Yeah. And so that's why I think it's, a lot of people around the country are paying attention to this story for that reason.
Can they show that this same judge has done this before? Like, what happened to maybe the last 10 people that slept in for their jury duty? What happened to them?
I got to tell you that people are really going to start digging into what this judge has decided in other cases and other instances. And you better bet if there is a 21-year-old white student or whatever, it doesn't even matter who they are. White kid does this, better get the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fair's fair.
Fair is fair. So that's the one thing about being a judge. When you make a ruling one way, you got to make a ruling the other way, too, for everybody.
But this kid's not the first person that's slept in and been picked to be on a jury.
I wouldn't think so either.
So show us a precedent of this judge giving anybody that was a white person the same punishment before now. They're going to start digging into that.
Yeah. Bad to skip jury duty. We all know that. But let's just make sure that it's fair for everyone.
The other thing, too, is, like you're saying, people do sleep in sometimes. It doesn't sound like the kid was trying to be a jerk. It sounded like he slept in, which 21-year-old kids sleep in sometimes.
Oh, I know. I got a 21-year-old, but I think they're just trying to say that you got to learn now you're an adult just because you're 21 and sleeping is never an excuse. I mean, imagine if you're a surgeon, you have a life-saving surgery schedule. You're like going, I would have been there. I just slept in. There's repercussions for sleeping in.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Yeah. So there you go. That's some of the stuff that's going on. So it is a big story. Talk about call them out. I know a lot of people were sending us emails going, somebody needs to be called out.
We don't know who yet.
We don't know who yet.
But somebody.
So we'll just throw out the blanket, call them out for everybody on that one. Taylor Swift and Lover. She was on SNL over the weekend. People said, I liked it when Mazzy Star did the song better.
Oh.
Ooh, remember Fade Into You? Sounds a lot like it. Check that out.
It does. It also reminds me of like a lot of...
Somebody said Cowboy Junkie, Sweet Jane.
Yeah, even like a Wild Horses a little bit. Kind of like that real sleepy...
Yeah, the Sundays, Wild Horses. Yeah. It's a lot of songs. I mean, it's similar, but I mean, come on, what are we going to do here?
What are we going to do?
Somebody said you're talking about the canned applause that they do, and it's the same applause on Saturday Night Live for the artist. When Billie Eilish was on SNL a couple weeks ago, her song does that fake ending, and the person running the board didn't know it, and they turned on that applause early, and it was super awkward. Because, you think it's a crowd because like they got a live studio audience for SNL, but they don't take chances that they're actually going to applaud for the music.
They can it.
And
then they hit it at the wrong time.
And it's the same one. They got that standard woo, and you're like going, wait, I think, is that the same guy? Is that guy there every week?
That guy's got a lot of free time.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So a lot of people are hearing that for the first time. That is the latest from Taylor Swift. All right, I know Jbird's over there. He's on the food hunt going on today.
Well, he got mad at me because I pulled out a piece of chicken. It's a dry chicken breast.
It smells terrible.
I'm supposed to be like trying to make changes and eat healthier, so I'm warming up the chicken breast, and he's literally like mumbling curse words at me under his breath.
There's so many breakfast options today. Friday there wasn't that many options. Everything's open right now. There's this waffle place for chicken. I don't know. We gotta talk.
Yeah.
I do not need a waffle.
Well, then what are we doing here? Why are we celebrating breakfast then?
I'll do some eggs.
Eggs? That's so boring ass breakfast.
So judgy.
He's not happy with your decisions.
You can do a waffle.
I know.
Get 2 waffles.
I am.
I would never tell you couldn't.
They did a recent poll here on the condiment that they would most like at a bunch of different fast food places. And there's some different results. I don't know if you will agree, Jbird, with their choices. You are kind of a sauce connoisseur.
Some of you even called me a sauce snob, and I'm okay with that.
You'll wear that hat?
I wear that hat. I'll be painted with that in West Virginia.
Okay.
You a saucy little tramp.
I'm a little saucy little tramp.
Now, removing your bird sauce, your own sauce,
yes.
There might be a little bias in that
Sure.
you have a Bud's Chicken and Seafood. What would you say is the best condiment sauce that is out there?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you're a honey mustard man or woman, Outback Steakhouse has got some of the best honey mustard in the game. I could drink that stuff. So good.
A double dog dare you.
I will take that dare.
24-ounce big gulp.
I'll do it.
You'll drink it?
Yeah, bring it tomorrow. If you give me 24 ounces of honey mustard from Outback, I will drink that whole thing tomorrow.
All right, guess I'm going to Outback tonight.
Ooh, but if you do that, you also bring me back some cheese fries.
Oh, now he's going to have me getting the Alice Springs chicken.
There will be an order.
And all kinds of stuff.
I'm just kind of curious. If I give you a fast food restaurant, tell me the most popular sauce they have.
Okay.
Let me see.
Now, is it... All right.
Is it what? What's your question?
My question is it the most popular as far as this is the one they give out the most to the people, or just the one that I think I love the most?
When they ask people, they named a fast food restaurant, and they say, what is the best sauce they have? And it could even be a sauce that they put on a sandwich.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So it's just kind of like an instant recall. It's really getting your mind linked up with the fast food restaurant and the sauces they provide.
Okay.
I'm going to see if you match up with the majority vote here and what people said. Start off McDonald's.
Big Mac sauce.
Big Mac sauce, second most popular.
Sweet and sour?
Sweet and sour, number one.
Yeah, okay.
It's
30%.
strong.
They're both very, very good.
Yeah, and then the creamy ranch was third, but it was only 11%. Number one was the sweet and sour, 30% of the vote.
Gosh, yeah, all right.
Okay.
I can almost smell the McNuggets.
Taco Bell. They got the varieties. Which one is the most popular?
So I think the most popular one is going to be either the fire one, but I like the mild. I don't like hot things. I'm in fact, you could argue Taco Bell's the one place where I probably get the
least amount of
yeah,
sauce.
I get mild always.
Yeah, you're right. 40% said mild. Only 19% went with the hot sauce, and only 15% went fire sauce.
Huh.
They also do a very good ranch they put on some of their it's like a Baja ranch kind of a thing.
Okay.
Very, very good. You can get them on their potato stuffers, their grillers. Ooh.
Okay. What about if you went with Subway? Do you know Subway?
Come on, my problem with Subway is, in fact, I get this comment every single time. They have about 11 different dressings and sauces you can use, and I get about 9 of them on. They're sweet.
At once.
I do, at once. Sweet onion, they've got... Sweet onion is my favorite. I love their sweet onion.
Okay.
What do they have on there?
Chipotle Southwest sauce
that's
is a
my
favorite.
second. That's my second favorite.
That's the number one.
They mixed together. They have such a great combination together.
Followed by honey mustard and then sweet onion sauce.
Yeah, their honey mustard's good as well.
He just loves sauces.
I
doesn't
do.
He does.
I do love them.
Get him going all day long.
I
over
will
here,
not go
Virginia.
to a place if they don't have the right sauce, Virginia.
He gets so excited. It's like he's talking about a new lover.
He does.
He don't sit up this straight in his chair ever.
I know. He's actually paying attention
He's
for
leaning
once.
into you.
Oh, I know.
Hanging on every word.
Oh, he's right into it,
I'm
Virginia.
engaged.
He is definitely engaged. Well, something else he might be engaged with. Jbird did a handwriting analysis.
Oh, it got weird.
Your handwriting looks like a murderous serial killer chicken wrote it.
No, it does. I have the most murderous handwriting.
It's some fascinating stuff if you've ever done it, but Jbird got some ominous news from his. We'll find out exactly what it is coming up next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
It was pretty ominous. Bad news. Not good, apparently. Shocking stuff. Jbird got a handwriting analysis, and it came back troubling Virginia. What exactly is the bad news, and what do you have to look out for?
Well, because I do the Weird and Whatever podcast, we talk about certain things, and then people, after we talk about them, people reach out to me that are professional handwriting analysts,
Analysts, yeah.
Yeah, they
Analyzingists.
I'm buying you breakfast, so you need to be nice to me.
I've already started eating the bad chicken.
You have?
Well, you've been telling me breakfast since 7. It's about to be 8:40.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks
You
like
lost her.
All right, it's fine. Well, we'll talk about that
You
later.
want some old dried out chicken?
No, I gotta get focused back on work.
Yes.
Aww.
People thought I was praying in the corner here during commercial. No, I was
He's praying for waffles.
I was looking down at my breakfast app, trying to determine what. There's too many breakfast.
It's your own form of prayer.
Yes, there's too many
Yeah.
places to go through.
I told him I wanted low carbs, and he brought this restaurant called Waffles, Waffles, Waffles. I'm like, Jbird, all they have is waffles.
What do you know? This guy doesn't ain't it low carbs. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm like, I
He
can't
doesn't know
find
low carbs.
I mean, I guess I'll take a waffle. That's all they have.
So I invited this handwriting analyst over to the studio, my place, which is my living room.
Yeah.
And she, I do all this stuff. Now, she's also a psychic medium that specializes in death. She's a death psychic as well. So she's
Okay.
got all kind of
Well,
stuff.
she got a bag of tricks.
She's got a bag of tricks.
Yeah.
So she looks at my handwriting, and she goes to the kind of like more of the common things I've heard about my handwriting before. Oh, you seem to be a person that you have a bunch of crazy thoughts in your head. You're anxious. You have a tough time organizing sometimes. And then she puts her hand on my shoulder, real dramatic, like goes, Jason. I'm like, yes.
boy.
She goes, when's the last time you've been to the doctor? I go, well, I mean, about a year ago, maybe. Because you need to get your stomach and your heart checked out ASAP. And I go, well, what are you talking about? Am I in grave danger? She goes, just do me a favor. I don't want to alarm you. Just go get it checked out.
Your stomach and your heart.
Stomach and my heart after she touched my shoulder. Jason.
Uh-oh.
My dad's upstairs hearing all this. He's like, "What? You were into
What are you
some-"
doing?
He's like, "You were into some
There's some weird people in the house.
Hippie.
Yeah.
He's like, "Why are you inviting strangers over to your place?" Because this is how you get a damn stalker.
So if we got a doctor in here today and they analyzed your stomach and heart thoroughly, and they're like, you're completely fine, and you went back to this person and said, yeah, I went to the doctor thing. They said I'm completely fine. What does the psychic say then?
That's a great question, but they always have a way of backing out. People that say they're psychic and it doesn't come true.
Oh, well, it hasn't started yet. I just see it down the road. There's going to be a problem.
One of my favorite types
That's why nobody believes these people.
Well, that's one of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube are psychics that fail and then get called out on it. They don't know what to say, but they do try to spin it. They try somehow.
Yeah.
Even when they're blatantly wrong. But I don't know if this person is blatantly wrong. I haven't gone to the doctor to tell.
Maybe she can see that your heart is lonely. Oh.
It's heart pangs.
That would be what the psychic says. No,
Stands out to me.
I didn't mean like your heart was like, you had heart disease or something. I meant, yeah, I sense you were lonely. That's what I meant by the heart.
And then in the stomach part, well, you clearly were hungry, Jason. You're always hungry, so you always have stomach.
That's why people are like, come on, give me a break.
That's what
come on,
that's
you
what
little shysters.
You're right.
I would tell you the handwriting analysis, though, I am a believer in some of that stuff that they've done, and it's kind of fascinating. I do remember we used to have a guy on the show a lot that would do handwriting analysis, and there is kind of an art form to it, and the one thing I do remember, it's been a long time, but one of the holdovers was you can tell personality traits by how somebody signs their name. And one of the things was where you cross your T, if you have a T in your name. And people who cross their T's higher have more confidence. And they were saying if you wanted to just start adding confidence to it, it's a sign that they have noticed traits over time. Sign your T higher. And because I got a T in my last name. So I try to sign it a little bit higher because it's not like arrogance or whatever. It's not like a bad trait, but it's just they've noticed that people who do that, and they say you can actually start to change a little bit about your own self-worth, your own self-esteem by changing up your handwriting.
What if you don't have a T? You're just worthless?
Then get a middle name T, and then sign it high.
Yeah, she was telling me all about that kind of stuff, how certain people, they won't close an O all the way. And that means that they are, I forget, I think they're depressed or something like that. But I think they all have their own different theory.
How's your O's looking?
Well, the thing
real solid. I'm not a depressed person, and I'm not lonely. You just like to paint this weird picture of me.
Yeah. The person that we had actually, he'd come in and he'd shown us, he had examples. In fact, I think if I remember right, Donald Trump. He showed, and this was way back in the day, when he was just a tycoon. And he was like, look at where Donald Trump signs his T. And like going, you can tell this is a very confident man. You're like going, yeah, I don't think anybody would doubt that.
No.
Yeah. So he was like one of the examples, and they had other people that were undoubtedly confident.
One of my big things was, because she told me, just act like I'm not there, just write natural. Mm-hmm. And on some of my words, I'll write, for example, even on Jason, I don't complete it all the way. I'll stop in the halfway to the end of a Jason. So that means I'm a person that I'm in a rush. I don't.
You never get to the end.
I never get to the end. Wow, she didn't say that, but you did, and that's. I don't know. Never get to the end of what?
I mean, everything.
Can I get to the end of this conversation?
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, there's just a lot more to the woman in the story of that chick who jumped into the lion's den at the Bronx Zoo in New York City. The second wrinkle that we got after she was in there and dancing was that she had been smoking apparently a good bit of marijuana before she jumped in. And now she's posted a bizarre rap on Instagram taunting cops. But apparently they haven't arrested her yet. She said, if I walked in the lion den, do you think for 1 second I'm scared of a handcuff, I'm scared of a jail cell, and I'm not eating your food if y'all lock me up? She continued on, don't you ever come at me talking about I'm putting a lion in danger or any animal in danger when I am a Hebrew herbalist.
All right, she's annoying.
She's crazy.
She is nuts.
So is she still on the lam and they want to get her?
I guess so. I think they just want her to go away.
That is hilarious. She won't go away, though.
No, she won't.
Now she's taunting them. Now they have to arrest her.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, sometimes criminals will do that. They will get on and they will start taunting you, and then you're like going, okay, well, I didn't want to arrest you, but I kind of got to now.
You made a big deal of this.
Yeah. Sorry, but we got to do something here. Another dummy guy broke into a garage in Canada on Wednesday, but he left behind his cell phone, and it had a picture of his face as the wallpaper.
Okay, well, we know who we're looking for.
Yeah, that's not going to be very tough. There's another guy, too. I mean, come on, dude. A 70-year-old dude in Canada was trying to nap on Tuesday when his phone woke him up with one of those Amber Alerts.
What sucks is a lot of times there'll be like an Amber Alert in Pensacola.
Yes.
And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I am not anywhere close to Pensacola.
We hope you find the person, but
Absolutely.
do we have to let us know?
Yeah, how fast are they traveling?
Are they in a jet?
This just happened 5 minutes ago in Pensacola? Yeah, so he got all upset. It was about 5 missing kids. So he said, look, I am very upset. I was woken up. He called 911 to complain. And what do you know? He got arrested.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fortunately, the kids were found safe, too.
Yeah, you can't call 911 to complain about an Amber Alert. Now you're the problem.
You might as well just call a random person and just start complaining instead. Because that's all you're doing, and then you won't get arrested.
There's a woman in Alabama that was concerned her meth was tainted, so she called the cops to see if they could test it.
Well, was it tainted?
No, it's fine. It's good. It was all good. But she, unfortunately, didn't get to go home to try it. So, a woman in Arkansas got arrested. She was wearing a bag of meth as a hair bow. She was pulled over because of an expired registration, which if you got meth and a lot of meth on you, come on, girl.
You got to keep up with your tags.
And a hair bow? Is that the new thing?
Yeah, well, what it was, kind of like a baggie. So, like, the cops are coming, so she just scrunched it up, and it looked a little bit like a bow, and she's put it in her hair, and they're like going, it's a weird-looking bow. It actually kind of looks like a bag of meth.
When you're on meth, I don't think you're thinking clear.
I don't think you are. Because that does not sound like that good of an idea to me.
Yeah, they gave him the probable cause to search her car, and they found tons of meth inside.
Tons?
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Girl,
a few more bags, yeah.
Get it together.
She was charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. Boy, this is kind of odd. There's a woman in Spain. She asked a neighbor to keep an eye on a box for her. Sometimes when you get these odd requests, it's better off just be like, I don't know what's going on here, but no.
I'm not watching the box unless I can open it and see what's in it.
Yeah, he did, and he probably shouldn't have, because I think she said, hey, will you watch this box? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then curiosity got the best of him, and probably wish he probably would just kept the lid on it. He looked inside. There were a bunch of adult toys. And you're like, it's kind of odd when, your neighbor's asking you to watch a box of her adult toys.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that was weird. But what was more weird was her missing husband's severed head. That was odd. That was in the
That
box
was in there too?
Yeah, that was in there too, yeah. That was probably, I don't know which one was more weird, but it was just a box of weird,
I'm thinking the head.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, would you watch this box for me? No.
That's horrifying.
Well, this is kind of crazy. I didn't even know this happened, but in China, they have this pet hotel there. And first of all, I'm already just intrigued by, okay, wait, China, you got a pet hotel with a lot of cats in it. I mean, it sounds like it's setting up for some kind of punchline, doesn't it?
It does.
There's a pet hotel in China, and according to the story, a massive cat orgy breaks out.
What?
One of the cats in there got it on with at least 5 female cats, and wound up so exhausted that he needed an IV drip afterwards. What?
What?
I don't know.
What's going on?
There's some bizarre stories coming out of China.
It's not even spring break.
It's not. Well, maybe it is in China. I don't know. Did you hear about the 18-foot, 98-pound python they caught at the Big Cypress National Preserve west of Miami?
Yes.
Dang.
A big girl.
Yeah, they ain't messing around.
Those things lay so many eggs.
Yeah.
Seriously, we got to get all of them.
Mm-hmm. This sounds like this could be a bad idea. There's a new bar that opened this past weekend in St. Louis. And instead of charging people by the drink, they're charging you by the hour for unlimited drinks.
I can see a couple fistfight break, especially.
Oh my goodness!
You said St. Louis?
Yes, in St. Louis.
Oh, they're such a sports town.
Yeah.
Hour 1 is fun,
It's a blue collar town.
but hour 2, 3, 4, like all the subsequent hours are going to be awful.
You start arguing about who's the greatest Cardinal team of all time, and that turns into a fist fight.
Oh yeah, they love their hockey there. It's going to get violent, no doubt. It's $10 an hour for regular drinks and $20 an hour for premium.
That's such a great deal.
It's an unbelievable deal, isn't it?
Oh, that is so many fights.
And they say their bartenders are going to carefully monitor just how much people are drinking to make sure nobody goes too crazy trying to get their money's worth.
Sir, you've had too much to drink. Don't tell me how to I can drink. You can start punching the.
Sir, you've had 8 drinks in 10 minutes. Don't tell me how to live my life.
That's like that one thing they did in Milwaukee. I think it was nickel beer night. They had to stop the baseball game because, I mean, everybody was sloshed.
And fighting.
And fighting.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, according to a new study, there's actually an evolutionary reason why men binge drink.
Really?
They say it is a sexual signal to women. Men are actually trying to show how they can handle their liquor, sending the signal that they're healthy and strong.
What if you drink alone?
It's a bad sign. You're right.
You're not alone. You've got like a couple pizzas with you.
That's a good point.
Yes, turning that pizza on. And finally, a 69-year-old guy in Wisconsin passed away and secretly left his $500,000 estate to the people who showed up at his funeral.
But they didn't tell the people before the funeral that it was going to shake out like this. The guy was just like a humble guy, no kids, no wife, kind of a lonely guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people came to his funeral. Nobody knew he had money. He was like a dry cleaner guy that was very...
He had a lot of money.
A modest guy. $500,000 that he left to be equally divided amongst all the people that came to his funeral.
Now, that's going out with a bang. You're doing games
That's really
at your
awesome.
funeral.
I mean, you show up, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad we showed up. Because how often do you walk away from a funeral being going, oh, I'm so glad I showed up? In the end, 270 people came to pay their respects and got about $1,800 each.
But they didn't find out about it until like weeks after the funeral.
That's a very cool story.
Isn't that great?
That is absolutely amazing. And I always love this question and the responses we get. What did you find out after they died? A lot of people take a lot of secrets like that with them to the grave. Did you have something or somebody in your family where after they pass, you're like, oh my gosh, all the secrets just started to come out? We asked the question on our Facebook page. You can also text us yours, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763 here at the KVJ Show.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Did you find out something interesting after somebody passed away? There was a guy recently who had died, and anybody who showed up to his funeral shared in his $500,000 fortune, which is kind of cool. Kind of like that, just evenly. There was like all these people that showed up, and they walked away with like $1,800 each.
And they had no idea.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were talking about how afterwards, you know, they felt bad for the guy because he always seemed like a loner.
Yeah.
A guy that didn't really have a lot of family and friends, but he was so nice.
Yeah, which is kind of a cool little thing. I like that little thing about like, hey, people are actually very happy they showed up to my funeral. What a cool way to do it. Getting a lot of these, like somebody texted in today after my father passed away, we found out that he had been having an affair behind my stepmother's back.
Oh, that's heavy.
Those kind of things. A lot of people have sent in texts about finding out about a family member that they did not know about. Those kind of things will come up, especially with DNA tests.
Surprise, you've got a sister. What?
And it's really confusing, too, when you're just like, okay, wait, what's going on? Yeah, somebody said, I found out I had a sister through 23andMe. Apparently, Dad got a girl pregnant in college before he knew my mom.
Wow.
And then they're not around to say anything about it, and you're left to try to sort out exactly, okay, what happened?
I told you about my neighbor who's in his 90s and just found out he has a daughter in her 60s.
Yeah.
And they met for the first time like a couple months ago.
Pretty crazy.
That's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
This 23andMe is literally changing people's lives.
Oh, it is. In fact, it's almost like they got to warn people now. Be like, I don't know.
Can you handle it?
Can you handle it? You don't know what you're going to find out. Somebody else said, I found out my dad had another family at the same time as mine. Looks like they were more than just business trips he was taking.
Double life.
Yes, he had this whole like thing, like he had this job where he had to travel. He didn't have to travel. He had another family. Job didn't even require it. He'd just be like going, yeah, I got to go away on business. And he was always on business trips. But at that time, he was living with his other family.
That is crazy.
I couldn't even imagine. That would be so weird to be in that situation where you've got two different towns you live in, two different you're living two different. Like, I can't live this life. Like, this life is too much for me. I don't know how you do it.
Think about how expensive that would be.
Oh, I know.
You've got to support two different households.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Sarah jumped onto our Facebook page and said, yeah, my great uncle My dad's uncle, my grandma's brother, was in the CIA. We never understood why he had a different last name than all of us, and now we know. After he passed, more secrets came out. My cousin told us a story about a time that he slept over and tried to sneak out the window. It tripped a silent alarm, and there was multiple units there in a matter of minutes, as well as my great uncle barging in with guns ablazing. Pretty cool.
Oh, my gosh.
So because he was in the CIA, he had all these extra measures of protection around his house, and they didn't really understand why. Until after he died. Because I think that is legit. I think when you are in certain fields of the government doing certain things, you can never tell your family, ever. It's not like I have retired and you can't, like, if you do, like, they will come and arrest you.
You can't drink then. There's no way. Couple glasses of wine, you're not going to believe this, baby, but NASA has the plans hidden underneath the desk, you know.
Under the desk.
Yeah, you got to keep it under wraps.
All the secrets.
All the secret. I mean, a couple wines and the secret's out.
I often wonder that because I dated a girl and her dad worked on the missile defense. And so he worked in like the bunkers with the nuclear missiles, and, you know, they had him different places. And he would tell me certain things that were kind of interesting, like driving around different places. There would just be a regular chain link fence. And he's like, that's a missile silo. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, there are missiles underground right there.
What?
Yeah, he said we have like 3 atomic warheads just right under that. And it was just like a field out in the middle of nowhere. I was like, no way.
And he was telling you?
He told me that. He said that kind of stuff, like, that would be common knowledge. But there were other stuff because I'd, you know, keep asking him questions. He's like, I can't tell you that. But he would drink. I remember he'd drink vodka gimlets. And I was like, have another. He would never have more than one. I was like, come on, let's have a couple.
Have a couple. Tell me everything.
Oh, I need to know.
Are the secrets under the desk?
Oh, yes.
Come on, NASA. I know the truth.
I wanted to know. Somebody said, yeah, it's kind of a doozy. After my mother passed away, I'd set up to have her buried in the plot next to my grandfather and the man who raised my mother. A family friend tried to talk to me out of it several times, but I didn't find out until after the fact that the men buried with them had abused my mother when she was a child.
Oh.
Wow.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, and so she's like, I don't know, maybe I should move mom.
I would move mom. I would definitely move mom.
That's a weird scenario.
Yeah, never know.
Ugh.
Somebody else texted and said, after my grandma died, my dad found a prosthetic breast. He didn't know that while he was a child, she had a mastectomy.
Wait, who is this that had the mechanical?
Grandpa didn't know that grandma?
No, it was like her dad didn't know that his mom. So his mom had a prosthetic breast, and he did not know until after his mom passed.
Yeah, I mean, if she didn't want to tell him,
breast.
You don't have to tell your son that, you know, one of your boobs is not there.
Yeah.
That's a secret that would never I mean, you couldn't keep that in my house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody else at the CIA stuff said that I found out I had a sister that I used to babysit when she was 2 or 3 years old. Whenever I get older, she had to move in with my husband's ex for a short time. And he came out to me, told me she was biologically my sister. Oh, okay, that's one of those family ones. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is going on here. Those kind of like secrets, and then what it does to a family. Because that person, and if you had a big secret like that, would you say it before you died, or would you just take it to your grave and be like going, you know what, I don't want to deal with the drama. I'm going to let them deal with it. I'm sure it'll come out, but better I'm not around.
I go just
What's
like,
the better play?
I'm like, the plans are underneath the desk, and then I go.
And they're like, he doesn't have a desk.
Yeah.
He never had plans.
Clearly he's insane. Yeah, it doesn't do as much. Yeah, this is tough, too. Somebody in the chat room was talking. Heather said, I idolized my grandfather. He's been dead for almost 2 decades, and now I keep finding out all these different things about him and make him seem like he was a huge jerk. That's tough.
That is tough.
That is really tough.
Because, you know, when you're alive, you can really help shape the narrative that people have about you. After you die, ain't nobody around, and then people don't fear the repercussions, and they're like, yeah, you know what, he actually wasn't such a good dude after all.
Everyone gets up on the microphone. Oh, I got a story I want to tell you. He's a real jerk.
Yeah. That's why you...
But look, that happens at funerals. I've seen it quite a bit where someone passes away, you get a couple lippy relatives that are still mad at them even though they're dead, and they'll start some trouble at the funeral talking about old stories. And remember the one time they did this? They ate the Parmesan?
That's not the time to badmouth the dead.
And I'm not talking about things that are even heavy, like finding out real secrets. They're just holding on to grudges from when they had a fight 10 years ago.
Keep it bottled up.
Keep bottled up.
During the funeral, at least, please.
Also on the CIA tip, this is fascinating too. I'm a nurse, and I once had a patient that worked for years for the CIA, worked his way up without really knowing what he was getting into, and he was part of the team that developed the technology to make the stealth bomber undetectable on radar. He also said that the CIA, once you dead, they have people that make it happen.
Are you shocked?
No, not at all. I think that's kind of part of the understanding that they don't fire you.
They kill you?
Yeah. I mean, I think if you know certain things, because they look at it now, it's when you're doing high-level government stuff, it's not even just regular, this is your local law enforcement that's going to handle it. It's espionage and it's other things. And so there are certain like little trip laws that we have written that if you are going to spill something that puts our security at risk, then you are a risk to the government, and there's not necessarily a trial needed. We just you need to find your way to a bullet kind of thing.
That's called an ice bullet. So Virginia gives out all these secrets. She's working at the CIA, and they go, Bird, you got to silence her. She's giving out too many secrets. Ice bullet, and then they never know. It melts. Where's the bullet? Oh, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
CIA.
He saw that on CSI.
I saw that.
Did you? What did you say?
I've seen that on so many things. You've heard the ice.
You have to have an ice gun? And you would think that the ice bullet would shatter when it's ice fired.
It's a special ice bullet, and it punctures the skin. It kills you. Then they go to, oh my gosh, how did Kevin get shot? Oh my gosh.
How do they fire that thing, I wonder?
It's a special ice bullet gun. Dog, I'm telling you, you'll get text message galore about the ice bullet right now.
Yeah, because I wouldn't think you'd be able to use powder.
You've never heard of the ice bullet?
I just don't. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but
it's how when all of a sudden people are dying.
I just know how you propel it fast enough to.
Well, you don't know how they die. You're like, oh wait, where's this puncture? And the puncture wound is oh so small.
I think the ice knife might be better.
You guys can make fun of the ice bullet. The fact is, you're about to get a onslaught of calls right now.
Really?
Yes.
Vouching for the ice bullet and the ice gun. I'm just kind of curious. I'm fascinated with how that would work.
It's hard to use those as weapons in South Florida. Everything gonna melt quick. I mean, you gotta murder fast.
You mock at what you do not know.
You murder as you're closing the freezer. You're taking that stuff out, and you gotta immediately murder.
These poor hitmen, so you gotta look out for shady-looking guys with coolers.
You guys don't get it. You guys don't get how the ice bullet works.
Oh my gosh, he's going after an ice gun with an ice bullet.
I'm telling you, look it up.
Just pour hot coffee on him. He can't do nothing.
You've got 2 seconds to fire.
Are we getting calls yet?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, the ice bullet line.
So smug. Gosh, you're smug.
Yeah, so many people.
Do you need more KVJ Show? Find everything KVJ at kvjshow.com. You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Now, apparently Mythbusters did a study on that ice bullet theory, and there's all kinds of controversy around it. Mythbusters said that an ice bullet is not possible, like you'd said, Jbird, but there are a lot of people saying, oh, Mythbusters didn't do it right.
That's what I'm getting as well. Even chemists are answering back, Virginia.
Oh, you know chemists?
Well, they're texting and they're sending messages.
I doubt chemists listen to this show.
Well, I was checking online. One chemist did say, yeah, I mean, we might be able to work through a formula to make an ice bullet, have it actually fire, but the problem of using ice bullets is it's kind of impractical to carry around extremely cold bullets. And we don't really have a cooler that can work for that.
Ice shiv. Boom.
I think that kind of thing works, yes.
That's what I said, an ice knife.
But here's
Ice
the thing,
knife,
the
yeah.
ice knife, now you're talking about DNA, possibly hair follicles around the victim. See what I'm saying?
No.
Ice bullet. No.
Somebody texted in too, said there's no such thing as an ice bullet, Jbird. I was a sniper in the U.S. Army Special Forces. I would know if there were. So
yeah, but
there's not one, but could there be one? If
Ooh, we've got a sniper listening. That's kind of cool.
the other thing too is I think people, if it was real, you wouldn't know about it. That's the whole thing of it.
That's the secret that snipers keep.
Exactly.
They can't tell you about the ice bullet.
Of course, because then they're going to say, oh yeah, that's how people are dying. I'm going to shut up.
There was one text we got was kind of fascinating. He said a friend of mine's dad was in the CIA and he was away for work, and they found him dead in a hotel. They said it was a heart attack, and his family still firmly believes that he was killed
Ice
by
bullets.
the CIA.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think a lot of it is they do have medicines, and there's different drugs that they can give you that
induce a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the more simple way to do it that aren't really detectable, and so that's how they'll do it. Like you're asleep and a little chloroform nap, something in your neck, and then boom, you wake up dead. Air bubble, whatever it might be. Yeah.
And if this stuff's untraceable, it just looks like you had a heart attack. I mean, that is diabolical.
It's crazy. Just imagine that. I mean, that's your job. You work at the CIA. And if you mess up at your job, you die because of it.
I don't think it's like you ran the wrong copy or something like that. I think that it's not like I had a bad day at work, they're going to kill me. I think it's like you have to be definitely taking things you're doing wrong, and you're really putting government secrets in jeopardy.
Or you think you're doing right, and you're blowing someone else's cover that's doing wrong.
If we all worked at the CIA and that was the rules, the first person to make a mistake gets shot. Who's going down first?
You don't want to have this conversation.
You don't think it's
You're not gonna like.
You don't think it's Liffy over here? She doesn't say the wrong thing to the wrong person.
I gotta tell you, I do have to make more than one ice bullet. Do they come in like trays? Can you get those at IKEA or something?
Ice bullet trays.
Yeah, how does that work? So there you go. Fascinating stuff. Any stories you want to share? 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. I don't know if you got a chance to see, but the Joker was big at theaters over the weekend. Kind of fascinated by it. In fact, my wife, who never wants to go see movies, she's like, hey, what if we went to go see the Joker? We didn't have any time at all this weekend to go do it, but it brought in $93.5 million, which is a record for October. Far outdistanced Abominable, which is a kids movie, came in at $12 million. And it's really kind of fascinating just what people are saying about this movie. A lot of people talking about how it's disturbing, how they had to walk out. Some people think it's controversial because it may glorify violence. I'm like, wait, haven't we seen that like 8,000 times?
Well, that's what everyone says about any movie that is violent.
I was just looking at some of the reviews that they have about Joaquin Phoenix and his performance, and it is interesting. And the thing that I like about it is people are saying, you're humanizing a bad person. I'm like going, yeah, but aren't we all humans? Doesn't probably every bad person have a story, a path that they have taken as to why they are the way that they are and where they are?
People aren't really mad about it. They're not.
It's unbelievable. This movie
I don't know. A lot of people got up and walked out of the theater, and then they were going on Twitter talking about how...
Oh, because they're triggered. Yes, they're all triggered.
I was triggered.
Yes, they're all triggered. Yeah, one fan wrote, literally just walked out of a screening of Joker. Way too terrifying to be there with all this going on. The way the movie glamorizes gun violence and mental health issues. No way.
Well, that's just your opinion. There's going to be someone else that watches and go, hey, I'm going to watch a movie that's not real, and I'm going to accept that it's not real, and everyone's going to interpret it differently.
And now they're calling for the movie to be banned in theaters, which means instead of 90 million next weekend, it's going to make 180.
I mean, you're just going to make it more popular. You're right.
I didn't want to go see it before. Now I kind of want to see it.
Yes.
I don't like superhero movies, but I've heard this is not a superhero movie, that it's more like a psychological thriller.
But you could do this with any kind of violent movie out there. I mean, put any other Quentin Tarantino's movie, any other movie, you can do the same exact thing. They're just picking on this one because that's what the media is doing. I'm telling you, there's been so many media articles about this thing months before, and it's almost like they were hating it before they even saw it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, to me, I haven't seen it. I've seen a few of the previews, but it just, the way people are describing it, it's usually the reason why they don't like it. To me, it sounds masterful. I'm like, it's great. In fact, wasn't it like in the other Batman where they talked about, insanity is just like gravity. A lot of times all it needs is just a little push.
Yes.
And that really is kind of it. I mean, that to me sums up so many people. You got to wonder how many people you're just seeing on the street. And man, over the weekend, I probably counted 3 different people that I was just looking at. There was one guy that had a plastic bag in front of his face, and he was just talking to it and like walking in and out of traffic. I'm like, there are just a lot of people. Did you see? I saw 3 different people, examples like that, where I'm like, to me, recognizing that and saying, hey, there's a lot of us that are going through mental health issues.
A lot. I mean, especially where what you're talking about. Over the weekend, this happened to you. This isn't the first time this has happened to us. Somebody asked me for money, knocking on my window, and I said I don't have any money, and they tried to open up my door, and then I took off.
Oh, hell no.
I mean, that's horrifying.
They tried to open your door?
They tried to grab my door, and I kept on going.
Oh my
Didn't that happen to you too?
Yeah, a guy tried to open my door and get change. I had given him change, and then he saw that I still had some change left in my console, and he's like, "Give me all of it." And he's grabbing my door. I'm like, "You best get moving."
You just don't know what people are dealing with sometimes. And then you drive around the road, you see everyone just driving around. We just trust everybody like everyone's cool. We don't know what the hell what's going through their mind.
And you don't know who's on the brink.
Yeah.
You never know who's on the brink.
Or who's on something. Or
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You almost wonder, is this like the movie company themselves trying to throw out some of these comments on it? Because a lot of people are saying, it's just too gripping. I had to walk out.
There's an agenda.
Yeah, I almost wonder if it's, the way they're trying to drive people to the theater to go see it.
Well, it's not the first time there's been a violent movie out either. You know what I mean? There's happens all the time.
Yeah. As somebody said, hey, Kev was one of those mentally disturbed people, somebody you saw in a mirror. Yes, honestly, I will tell you, because I really feel like no matter how grounded you feel like you are, I think you've probably at some point been like, I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. Like, seriously.
All it takes is exterior forces that are just too much for you to handle. Any of us could snap.
Absolutely. I could totally see a scenario where if enough things lined up in a certain way, I would lose my mind and I'd be afraid of me.
Well, you always talk about how every human really does have good and bad in them. I think everyone's got different levels of that, but you're right. Everyone's got good and bad in them. Everyone.
We're all just going through it together. We're just shrimp in the tank.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's it.
We are just food at the buffet.
Some of the reviews coming in, somebody said it was a great movie. Lighten up, Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, I
don't
just
go see it if you don't want to go see it. I don't get
it's
that.
A psychological thriller.
It's
going to
be terrifying for some people. If you're a little soft, this might not be the film for you.
Well, if you're the kind of person that's going to run out of a theater, what are you going to see the Joker for?
They thought they were going to see a superhero movie. They thought it was a Batman movie. A lot of people are just not looking into it beforehand. They're like, oh, it's another Batman movie. The Joker, let's go.
I don't believe that for a second. It's the person going on Twitter I had to leave because I'm triggered going to my safe space. They know what they're doing.
If you get triggered by gun violence and mental health issues and terrifying movies, this one might not be for you.
It's like the people that go to a comedy show and they go there and someone says something, well, you're at a comedy show.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these people on Twitter are actually, either bots and not real, they're fake profiles that the movie theater is setting up, and they're tweeting out like people are so disturbed and saying, ban this movie, don't go to this movie.
That's what I believe.
And that's actually the movie production company doing this. Got Allie, okay.
Aleph is a weird name for a girl.
Aleph.
Yeah, I'll hold that up so you can see Denny's handwriting.
It says
It
Aleph.
looks like Aleph.
It's Aleph.
How does he make a E a P?
Yeah. Allie, sorry about that. From Lighthouse Point, you went to go see the Joker over the weekend?
Yeah, I did, and it was amazing. It was disturbing and gritty, and if they had done it any other way, I don't think it would have been as good. And Joaquin Phoenix was absolutely amazing in that role.
I don't doubt it. They were asking, I saw an interview with Joaquin Phoenix, and they're saying, what was it like to work with Robert De Niro? And he's like, I have no idea. And they're like, well, you were in this.
He was such a fan that he didn't want to actually get close to him, so it kind of ruined.
He said, I don't know. I don't know Robert De Niro is the man. I saw his character, and that was all I knew. I interacted with his character, but that was it. There was not even one moment where Joaquin Phoenix took to say, hey, it's great to meet you. I'm a huge fan of your work. Didn't even do that. He only treated him like his character and only spoke to him like that, and only spoke to him, I think, on the set.
You know how these actors are. They get in that weird place. They can't talk to anybody. They got to stay in character.
Yeah.
Maybe he just doesn't like talking to people, and this is how he does it.
Well, I mean, Virginia did it. She really stayed in character as a witch during every movie we've done. And she's never broke character. She's still doing it. Look at it.
And would fight with people on the set.
Yeah. Her husband made it very uncomfortable.
That's kind of what she does, yes. Any reviews you want to throw in here, 877-979-WRMF. And thanks. A lot of people let me know. Yes, they do have trays for ice bullets. So, number one at the box office, the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. Amazing what he did. In fact, the interview that I just saw, he was talking about the movie that he had filmed, and there was a part when they were discussing doing the movie as it was kind of all coming together. They're like, well, is there a chance that maybe we could have the Joker have a little bit more weight on him? Because he didn't want to lose all the weight. And he said, yeah, I was a little plus size at the time. And Joaquin Phoenix had to lose 52 pounds to play the role of the Joker.
52?
Yeah, Todd Phillips, the director, is like, nah, I think we need to go with a guy who's a little bit more emaciated. And so he had to lose all that weight for the role. And he's found it again, so he's put it back on.
That's the fun part.
Yes, exactly.
When you lose weight, the best part is gaining it back.
You imagine when he ate the day he was done filming? Yeah, he probably just ran right out and was like, oh my gosh, this is great.
I'm so excited. Well, breakfast got canceled today, Kev, here with me in Virginia.
Oh, it did.
But I just found out going to a big old pizza buffet with my sister and my dad.
Oh, very excited. Okay, that's big stuff. So anybody who's seen all of the movie Jokers, I'm just kind of curious because for me, watching the Joker would be tough because Heath Ledger, to me, did it in a way that could never be undone.
People are saying that they're saying Joaquin did a just as good, if not better, than Heath Ledger, according to some.
Really?
That's the review. A lot of reviews are saying that.
What's Twitter Mike saying?
That's a great question. Twitter Mike?
Yeah, I would just like to check it out. That'd be interesting. In fact, I asked the question on our Twitter. We'll put it up other places as well. If you've seen all the movies, who is the better movie Joker? Is it Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger, and I'll even throw in Jack Nicholson, if you remember all the way back to the Joker from the 90s.
The fact that people are even saying Joaquin is in the same arena as Heath Ledger, he nailed it. You know how hard that's got to be to play that role after everyone loved the Joker from Heath Ledger? They said it couldn't be done.
You're right.
The fact they're even in the same arena shows you've got nards. You're not scared of a challenge.
Yeah, no, it's something. That would have been the first thought when somebody's offering me this. It's like, I don't know. I mean,
it was against Joaquin the entire time. For him to come through and nail it, that's a job well done.
Yeah. I mean, I look at that, I'm like going, and the Batman we're going to have in this series is the guy who's in the Twilight movies. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons.
Is that who the Batman's going to be? It's going to be Edward?
Yeah.
He's going to be Batman?
He's Batman.
I don't know, Virginia.
I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling that at all.
I know. I'm kind of hoping like somebody will come back big going, it's not too late to change.
Maybe it's a joke.
So hold on. Now, is that Batman, is it the same as the Ben Affleck Batman, or is this a whole new reboot?
This is kind of like, I mean, it's another telling of it, yeah.
But it's different people doing it, this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're going to have a different Batman.
Gosh, people love a Batman story, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a different Batman thing. And yeah, they really did. There was no like real Batman sightings in this Joker movie. So I know some people were thinking that was going to be the deal. I think they did show a young Bruce Wayne, but they did not show.
Yeah, because didn't the Joker kill his parents? Is that the story that always goes?
Spoiler alert.
Some people would show it that way, or as one of his goons that had done it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Spoiler alert. Everyone knows that, right? You knew that, didn't you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm probably getting all my facts wrong. People get so mad about this stuff.
Okay, so if you want to go cast your vote right now, you can. It's pretty interesting, and this will hopefully be for people that have only seen all three. Hopefully people, oh, Heath Ledger, no doubt. I mean, see all the movies. I can't vote because I haven't seen what Joaquin Phoenix did.
Exactly. You got to compare them.
Yeah, I'm not even voting on this.
A lot of people are mad that you didn't bring up the 1960s Joker. Well, the one with kapow!
Cesar Romero. Yeah, it's movie. This is movie movie Jokers.
I'm kidding. No one said that.
Yeah, actually, no. Somebody did text it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to do that, it's on Twitter right now. 60% are saying Heath Ledger with a tie between Joaquin Phoenix and Jack Nicholson, but we'll see. Did they really see it or not? If you want to go give us your thoughts, you can check out the KVJ Show Twitter right now. Just go on Twitter and look for the KVJ Show.
Look at you listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF. Lucky.
So people are talking about the security that they ran into when they went to go see the Joker this weekend. I know there were some places that were going to have heightened security. I think this goes back to the Aurora shooting, correct?
Yes.
The guy that was in the Joker makeup there. Yeah, somebody said like the Sinopolis, they were going through bags and stuff like that and checking. And one of the big stories that was out today was the guy that got all drunk and was acting all weird at one of the Joker movies. Do you hear about this guy? It happened Times Square on Friday.
No,
he was
what'd
in the
he
theater.
do?
He was cheering and applauding during the murders, standing up, just acting. He was acting weird enough. He was drinking and spitting on people.
Oh.
What's weird about that?
Yeah. But it becomes a story. This probably happens like to almost every movie that's ever out there, but it's a story because it happened.
Oh, yeah, the media is going to run with it, as we are right now. We're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
The movie theater, flying on an airplane, whenever you have a bunch of people that don't know each other sitting right next to each other, there's going to be problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's too close a proximity. One squirrely bad apple always gets in the bunch.
It's kind of like a wedding. When you bring all those people together and you have family from here, family from there, it's going to get weird.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are texting in saying if you've seen both Joaquin and Heath Ledger perform the Joker, somebody's making the argument that Joaquin delved more into the psyche of the insanity, and it was better than his acting gig. So there you go. But on our Twitter, 62% of people are saying Heath. In fact, Jack Nicholson right now is beating Joaquin Phoenix.
It's early, though.
It's early. And who knows if they really saw all three.
Exactly.
Who knows? You know what's kind of interesting is, to me, these are maybe two of the most likable guys in Hollywood. And apparently, these likable guys don't likable each other.
Are you talking about Tom Hanks and Henry Winkler?
Yes.
I didn't see. I saw the blurb, but I didn't see exactly what was going down.
They were on Watch What Happens Live, and you know Andy Cohen, he likes to get the dirt. And he usually gives them like alcohol before the show. They're drinking during the show. Celebrities do tend to tell more in that arena.
Sure, yeah.
When they're drinking a little bit, they're like, whatever. It goes back to Turner and Hooch.
Yes, and Henry Winkler was supposed to be the director on that movie.
He was. For 9 days.
And then he and Tom Hanks did not get along, and Tom Hanks, it was like him or me, and they didn't want to lose Tom Hanks, and so they fired Henry Winkler. And then like in 93, years after the movie was even made, they asked Henry Winkler about it. He said, well, let's just say that I liked Hooch more than I liked Turner, and Hooch was the dog.
He went on and on about the dog, gushing about what a great dog it was, about how the dog was so professional and awesome.
So what really happened?
I think they probably had words, and Winkler was like, yeah, puffing his chest up. I'm the director. And Hanks was probably puffing his chest up. Oh, yeah, I'm Hanks.
I was in Splash.
Yeah, I get it.
Hanks won.
But I'm Fonzie.
And Hanks ain't talking about it.
Well, it doesn't do any good for Hanks.
It doesn't behoove him. But I think it's fun for Winkler.
Yeah, and he's not like really thrashing him. He's just alluding to, yeah.
I'm sure this happens all the time. Anytime you get people creative together, you're going to butt heads.
Two alphas.
Does it mean that they don't like each other? They probably think they don't like each other because they never got through that moment.
Yeah.
But if they were trapped in an elevator like we talked about before, I'm sure they'd like each other.
You know, Virginia, who else likes to spill the tea? Elton John.
I don't like how he does it. He bashed Billy Joel before, and I didn't like what he had to say about Billy.
You got to watch out for Elton, because it's almost like even if you're a good friend, like no one is safe from the quick barbs of Elton John.
You're not my friend then. I don't like you if you're going to do that. I'm going to talk to you about
He's done it to Madonna. He has no problem blabbing whatever.
A little sassy.
Elton is very sassy.
I don't like it.
I love it.
No, none of you. You don't roll over on your friends.
You're just mad because he spilled some beans on Billy Joel.
No, he actually was he said negative things about Billy Joel, and it wasn't really true. He called Billy Joel lazy, which he's not.
Yeah.
He tried to say Billy Joel could be still writing music. Billy Joel does his own music. He just doesn't do pop hits.
Yeah.
Maybe Elton should have quit a while ago.
Oh.
Don't insult Billy Joel in this room.
We've just stepped into a sass-off. Well, now Elton is spilling the tea on Sly Stallone and Richard Gere. About how they almost got into it, and it was all because of Princess Diana.
Oh.
Who, you know, that was about the only person I think Elton John has never talked bad about. Apparently, Sylvester Stallone wanted to get with Princess Di, but Richard Gere was kind of hogging up all of her time. And so Sylvester Stallone was in his heyday where he could get any woman he wanted.
We're talking Rocky 3, Rocky 4.
This is probably Rocky 4. That's when Sylvester Stallone was looking his best.
Okay.
That's when he was, wearing the nice suits and doing Cobra and all those
Well,
movies.
he was Rocky and Rambo at that point.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was just jacked, and, every lady in Hollywood wanted him, and he assumed Princess Diana was one of those women. But Richard Gere is hogging up all of his time. Eventually, Sylvester Stallone stormed out, according to Elton John, said, "If I wanted her, I would have taken her."
Whatever. I'm sorry. Richard Gere in his heyday versus Sly in his heyday. You're going Richard Gere.
Really?
Did you ever find Stallone hot?
No. No. Not today, not yesterday, and certainly not tomorrow.
No way Sylvester Stallone is... Okay.
There's no way, man.
No.
And I love me some Rocky, but
Yeah.
Richard Gere's way better looking than Rocky.
Richard Gere was smooth and velvety.
I think if I did a poll, the majority of people would say Richard Gere's got more sex appeal. Nothing against Rocky.
Yeah.
Nothing against Rambo.
Just a little meatheadish.
I think
If I wanted her, I would have taken her. Oh, whatever. Sit down. Go eat some protein pudding. Wasn't he that one that was pushing protein pudding?
It's actually not bad, Virginia.
really.
Well, you're part of the problem, you meathead wannabe. Protein pudding. That's disgusting.
That is pretty-
Don't ruin pudding.
That is pretty gross.
Well, here we go. There is a lot of rich people in South Florida. I don't know if you knew that or not, but they just did a breakdown of the Forbes 400. That is the richest people in America. And more than 30 Palm Beachers are on the billionaires list.
Well, maybe they're listening. Is there any way billionaires listen to our show?
No, absolutely. Yeah, it could be. Never know. You just never know who's listening, Jbird.
Never know.
You'd be surprised.
Radio's free, and billionaires like free stuff,
They
too.
do.
How you think they got to be billionaires? They don't want to overpay. This show's it's worth free.
32 billionaires that the Palm Beach Daily News has said has strong residential ties to the island is in the top 400.
Okay.
Donald Trump, probably the most visible of all of them. They say that he has a net worth of at least $2.1 billion. His wealth is pretty much the same as a year ago. They had him at $3.1 billion, but his ranking on the list fell from 259th place to 275th place. So the Kochs, they have a good bit of money is on there. They put David Koch, who had passed away on August 23rd at the age of 79, at $53.5 billion. He was in 7th place with his brother Charles.
55 billion?
53.
Well, same. I mean, at that point.
At that point, what is $2 billion? That's pretty crazy, huh?
Gosh, could you imagine the food you would get with that kind of money?
Oh, so yummy.
Yeah, 32. So there you go. Good stuff. Man, oh man.
You'd always have a chef.
Oh, you'd always have the two first things I would get, a chef and a driver.
I mean, you got that kind of money, you just sitting on your chair and you go, you know what, I really want some stromboli, some calzones from Italy. Somehow, someone get this to me. I need it stat. And you're going to get Italy strombolis.
They're going to fly it in.
Gosh, man.
Well, everything is not all roses. I did see this troubling news for all of our billionaires. Apparently, there is a shortage of qualified pilots for private jets right now. So that is a big problem.
Yeah,
They're fighting over pilots because they just can't find them.
If there's one thing that you should definitely overpay on, it's the quality of your pilot.
You know what I thought of? I'm like, well, I wonder what, because we always talk about first world problems, but ours is like our internet's not working. What are the real first world problems of the uber wealthy? Like, I just can't find a qualified pilot for my private jet. What are their first world problems like? It's tough stuff. Oh, if only I knew.
It's a hard way to start a Monday, too. Oh.
That's why I'm doing a pizza buffet today.
CC's?
No.
I like to say that and make him mad.
CC's buffet.
Let's keep it positive here.
Yeah, thank you. Nothing against the good people at CC's, but we're not going there.
All right, what's your thought here, Jbird?
It all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.